How's it going, everyone? This is WolfyEmpi here, back with another Team Caller podcast episode. As you guys can probably tell, the VTuber model is not going to be moving today because I don't want to strain the PC enough as it is. So you get to see my VTuber just stand still and stare into your soul, basically.
That's even better than moving. What do you mean?
Just stare into the soul and then But yeah, we have a special guest here today, and that is Cakidesu. How's it going?
Yo, what's up? I'm Cake. You could just call me Cake, and yeah, that's all. How you doing?
Yeah, I think I'd say we're probably doing pretty good. I don't know how the audience is going, but if anyone is in the chat, you can feel free to talk about how you're going. How's the day been? How's the night going? Whatever time it is for you. And yeah, so I think the best way to probably start this podcast, because coming into this podcast, I'll give a bit of a background, I guess, as to how I came across the cake, and I guess kind of giving a bit of historical context. So I'd like to say the first time I probably came across your sort of content or art sort of stuff probably would have been maybe a few months ago, I reckon, because I think the first time I heard about you might have been through some of my VTuber mutuals, and only sort of indirectly, and I was like, oh, who's Cake? Who's this Cake? I gotta find out.
Oh, and then you regret it once you found out. I'm kidding.
Yeah, so I think I then stumbled upon your Instagram, I think, at first, and that's where I found like some of the art stuff you do and all that, and I was like, man, this looks really good. This art looks freaking amazing. Like, I've got to give a follow to this. And so yeah, I came across your art as probably one of the first things I found, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna follow you on all the socials. I'm gonna kind of sit back and see how things are, and then I found out you're streaming, so I stumbled across your streams, and then we come to here. So
yeah, I only recently started streaming, like 3 weeks ago, probably, and I'm having so much fun with it. It's very fun to do it. It was very nerve-wracking at first because it's still new to me, and it's public speaking, and I don't know how to, like, I don't know, talk with chat sometimes. But now I'm just winging with it.
Yeah, I find that's probably the best thing in the beginning, like with streaming, is like just wing it, like, and see how it goes, see if you enjoy it. And sometimes you'll get a few viewers come in, you can chat, and sometimes you're probably going to be sitting there going, okay, I've got no viewers, what do I say, what do I do? Like, no one's chatting.
Yeah, that happens when my chat is inactive. I don't know, I would just say random things just to fill the silence, and it does help, but sometimes it's not really fun to do so because I don't like being in my own thoughts. I prefer talking to people. I think talking to people is more fun. Like, I can't go to a cafe without someone being with me because I just feel lonely very fast.
I know that feeling. It's like when you're just out doing like whatever you want to do, sometimes like you just kind of go, man, I wish someone was just here to chat to, like, just to, like, I've had that happen so many times. Like, it's like when I have like a weekend where like my friends are just not available, like they're just kind of doing their own thing, I just go, okay, I'm gonna go out and do something, and then I'm just like, okay, this is cool, but I need someone just to be there. Like,
Bro, I know, I know what you're feeling. Like
uh,
even just eating at a restaurant, you don't have to talk. You just need to be. Someone needs to be there. Just I don't know.
yes. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
to keep you company.
I really don't know how I managed to just like fly to Europe and just do it on my own. I really don't know how I did it. But
You didn't went with anyone?
I didn't go with anyone. I was originally meant to go with a friend, but he had to pull out because he was too busy with his university studies and stuff. And
Oh.
and I was like, man, okay, I'm still doing this thing because I bought those TwitchCon tickets, so I'm still going. So I did it, and it was fun still. Like, it was a really good time because I got to just check out like Brussels, Amsterdam,
Different
like different
places.
places, and it was a good change of scenery because sometimes, as much as like say if you go into like Sydney or anywhere, like you can have a good time. If you see it too often, you just get bored. You go, okay,
Yeah, I get that.
and I get bored of like my little sort of suburbs that I sort of hang around, and I'm just like, okay, I need something different. I just,
Yeah, we want to see something new. We want to explore new places. It's fun.
yeah, like, and that was a good change of scenery. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, um, I guess to kind of probably try and learn a bit more about you as a person. Let's let's maybe talk about, I guess, your interest in art and your sort of art abilities, because like when I see a lot of your art posts, like I can definitely tell it looks like you have a pretty unique style to your art, like that you've sort of developed, I guess.
Aw, thank
And
you.
like that to me just kind of like goes, okay, that's Cake. That's like Cake's art style. Like, I guess where like how did you get into art? Like, that's probably the best question I could ask on it. How did you get into art?
Actually, I've been drawing ever since I was a little cupcake or whatever. But yeah, I only started digital drawing when COVID started, when back in 2020,
Oh wow.
March 2020. So I started drawing in my old iPad that was like 6 years old. It was
Wow.
still new back then, but I decided to use it. I used Ibis Paint X to draw. It was harder at first because I'm not really used to digital art. I'm used to traditional.
Right.
And yeah, I because back then I used to like watch a lot of animation videos. So I decided to animate in my iPad and started like digital art and stuff. I used to
Hmm.
have a channel where I would make like animation videos. I got like 1K subscribers back then, but I deleted
Wow.
that channel now. So I'm a VTuber now. Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Looking back at my old art, I was like, it made me think like, wait, I made that? I don't make that
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah, but at least I got to improve like the details and stuff because I used to not focus on that, but nowadays I focus more on the art details because I used to
Hmm.
like focus on the movements instead of the hair, the details and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, do you regret deleting your old channel or no?
No, I don't regret it because well, my family used to know that I would make videos on YouTube.
Right.
So they would share it with the other family members and I mean I appreciate it. I find it very sweet, but at the same time um kids watch my channel
Mm.
and I feel like I'm not really comfortable with having a younger audience because I want to show my my real self. There we go.
Yeah.
My real self. So I'm like, "Mom, I can't do YouTube anymore. I don't wanna I don't wanna make videos anymore and stuff." And she's like, "Oh, what about your 1K subscribers?" And I'm like, "Nah, it's fine. This is fine, mom. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. I will
Yeah.
still draw, mom." And then yeah, I secretly made a channel like this. I still have the old name.
Hmm.
My name was still Cake back then, but yeah, I changed it up a bit and made it like Cakidesu and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can do whatever I want now without someone pressuring me to do it, or
True.
I don't feel pressured doing the stuff that I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. Like, I guess you really sort of picked it up during like the pandemic. Like, you really started picking up like that drawing even more, and did like all the digital drawing and stuff. That's really cool. Like, I think during the pandemic, like in those early days, like I was just I was not sure what I really wanted to do because I was just focused on my job and everything like that. But I really wanted to try
Mhm.
and test the waters with Twitch even back then, but I just didn't feel ready to test it. So I think I sort of waited until later in 2020 to really kick off my Twitch sort of stuff. So
Mm, I
yeah,
see.
so I
So
sort of
when did you started becoming a VTuber though?
so the process to start becoming a VTuber probably started, I'd say, about a year into my sort of Twitch streaming. So I was just doing IRL streams all the time, and I just happened to be in a community, I guess, on Twitter with a lot of VTubers. So I just kind of got more interested over time as VTubing grew more popular and as it looked even cooler than what it
Yeah.
was. So I kind of wanted to jump in. Plus, at the time, I don't think there was really many notable male VTubers. So I was kind of like, okay, well, I want to be a VTuber. Is there many males doing this? Like, so, but then eventually more male VTubers have come along in especially the recent sort of year or so.
Yeah.
So cool. And I guess I kind of wanted to just jump into the bandwagon of VTubing and have fun with that. But I also think it was just kind of the right option because I could be more creative and
Yeah.
yeah, because I could be more creative, like have a VTuber persona, but also just do more stuff that I probably wouldn't feel comfortable doing as an IRL streamer.
Yeah, I'm
So,
glad VTubing exists though, because ever since I was young, I've been wanting to make content but without showing what I look like, because I don't want people to know what I look like and stuff. So
hmm.
I get to express more without showing my face but through an avatar, and I think that's more fun because it makes you you get to be whatever you want. Right
Yeah.
now, I want to be a snack, so I decided to be a snack. Yeah.
That's it's like that is really cool though, like because what VTuber out there is a cake.
I mean, I've seen like cake VTubers, and they all look delicious. And I want
Mm.
to be delicious too. Actually, I was already I'd say, well, not really a VTuber, but I already had an avatar back then, but it was not
Hmm.
a cake. It was just a human. I was planning to make her into an android, but since
Right.
people have been joking about me as a cake, as the food, I
Yeah.
decided to, why not? Why not be a snack instead? So I
True.
considered it. Yes.
Yeah, it's like when I sort of was coming up with my VTuber sort of ideas. Originally, I was like, oh yeah, I could be a Neko VTuber like most other people. And then I was like, okay, but what about a wolf VTuber? Like, I
Mm,
mean, there's a few wolf VTubers, but not as many as like Neko VTubers. So I was like, okay, male wolf VTuber kind of makes sense. So let's
hell
go with that.
yeah. Wolves are cool anyway. It's okay.
Yeah,
As a
and
dog person myself.
yeah, and at the same time, like every time I used to do these quizzes, like, oh, what's your spirit animal? Like those old quotative
Yeah.
quizzes. I was like,
You took those quizzes too? Yo,
yeah,
same.
yeah, and like
I'd get a dog.
I always got like a wolf or something along those lines. So I was like, okay, wolf it is. Why not?
Hell yeah.
So
I mean, I've tried those quizzes before because I wanted to be like an animal VTuber, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. Everyone's an
yeah,
animal. No one's a food. I mean, I've seen
true.
food tubers, but I've only met a few of them, and I wanna have I
Yeah,
wanna be one of them. So I'm gonna be food.
that's true. Just for the people in the chat, I know you guys are redeeming like sound alerts. All sound alerts will basically be off during this stream. Like any podcast stream, there won't be any sound alerts. So
Oh no.
yeah, so like we got the wow and the hello motherfucker redeems.
You can just say the sound alerts, and every time they redeem it, you just have to say it.
Anytime anyone redeems a sound alert, just be like me just saying it, or I can just get you to say it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Isn't that fun?
that would be fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and when someone redeems the ad break, they could just, I don't know.
yeah.
w-
We'll
I, I,
we'll just do like just a fake ad break.
yeah, like this stream is sponsored by Raid Shadow Lit. I'm kidding.
It's like, now this stream is sponsored by Cakidesu.
No. This stream is sponsored by WolfyEmpi, and he makes awesome streams. And wait, why did you name yourself as Team Cola? Why did you name it as Team Cola Podcast?
I think you're probably one of the first people to ask that, actually. So cool. So cool to ask. Yeah. So the Team Caller podcast name. When I was coming up with podcast names, I was kind of like thinking, okay, I don't want it to be like just like a copy of Trash Taste. so so I was like, okay, what's unique about me? Okay, when I was an IRL streamer, or even as a teenager, I used to just drink a crap ton of cola. So
Oh, you do.
yeah, and I still do to this day. It's still a trait that I have. I drink too much cola, to be honest. So yeah, so it's just a trait. So I was like, okay, Team Cola podcast makes sense. Kind of like a relaxed session, drinking the good cola beverage, or even any sort of soda beverage or anything. So
Hell yeah. You're doing a podcast while drinking cola too. Sounds chill.
yeah.
Sounds pretty chill. Except I don't drink colas because they make my tongue feel weird. The bubbles
Oh yeah.
made my tongue hurt. Yeah. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I'm just not
that's
used to drinking sodas.
yeah, they can definitely, if you're not someone that would drink a lot of like sort of fizzy sort of drinks much, like it definitely can be much more, I guess, of an experience. I don't know what way to put it, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And plus sometimes like it's like your guts just like when trying to digest like any sort of fizzy drinks just like makes your guts kind of bloated a little.
Yeah. I
So
mean, I would drink like cola except with the ice cream on top. But
oh
that's
yeah.
not true. I would just eat the ice cream. I believe you call it float. They call
Yeah,
it floats.
I know. I think in the US they call them floats. Like you can have like a cola float, like a Coca-Cola float. In Australia, when we have like ice cream and I guess Coca-Cola, I think we tend to call them Coca-Cola spiders because it's like
Ooh, spiders?
yeah, because like I guess because the way the ice cream kind of mixes in with cola, it kind of has like an interesting texture to it. I don't really know why they call it a spider. I guess if anyone in the chat can explain that, then go for
I think it's because it's made of spiders. I'm kidding.
it.
Oh no.
It's like, damn,
Have you eaten
it's definitely made of spiders.
have you eaten spiders before?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. But would you
Yeah.
try it?
Uh, I don't know if I would try it. I'd be very hesitant to try like us eating a
Same.
spider.
I don't want to try it, man, but I've seen people eat it, specifically a VTuber, and she ate the spider in
Oh no.
ramen. It was
Oh.
it was interesting. I heard people say that spiders taste like shrimps, I guess.
Right. Yeah,
I don't know, man.
that would be interesting. I mean, I'm probably not too huge, I guess on like I guess when it comes to shrimps or anything like that, I wouldn't be a big sort of seafood eater, so I guess it probably would probably kind of cross over with spiders or anything bizarre like that to
Mm,
try and eat. Like
yeah.
so
I mean, I like seafood, except I
hmm.
wouldn't eat the spider because they're just very scary. Ugh. Just
Yeah.
those little hair makes my skin. Ugh. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
mean, yeah, it's like spiders can definitely be kind of, I guess, if you're not in Australia, like, and you don't come across many spiders, it's a very, probably much more frightening experience. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, for me, because I guess being in a country with like a lot of animals that supposedly want to kill you, as the rest of the world kind of claims it, uh, it's like spiders, you'll come across them depending on where you live in Australia. If you're more in like the rural regions, you probably come across them a lot more because you're probably more near like lots of like forests and other sort of country kind of
Oh my
areas.
god.
But if you're in the cities, you probably don't come across them as much as you would think. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah, you
I'll
might
stay in
come
the
across
cities
the
then.
odd spider here or there, but usually, I'd say most of the time, they're just chilling. They do not do anything. Like,
Yeah. What's the oddest looking spider you've seen there?
oh boy. um, so when I was working, like, more so up in the mountains region, uh, so this is like for any sort of context for anyone that ever comes to Australia. Basically, you have an hour west of Sydney, or maybe even an hour and a half, 2 hours. Like you could go up to like the Blue Mountains region, and there's like it's a big tourist attraction sort of area because
Oh.
it's much cooler than probably most of like Sydney or anything like that. So much more colder weather generally. So in the summer, it's not too hot, but some areas can get still pretty hot. So you go up there, and I was working sort of not very far up the mountains, but near some pretty big bushy sort of areas. And this place used to get quite a few spiders. So one spider I came across was freaking massive. Like,
Wait, how big is it?
um, so put into context, so let's say Oh, okay. Imagine it was pretty big. So I'm trying to think of how I can what I can compare it to.
Is it as big as a water bottle? Or
Um,
bigger than my hand? My hand is 3 inches, so like, is it bigger than my hand?
um, it would definitely be bigger than your hand, probably.
Oh my god.
So this spider, when it's like got its legs out, it was like probably as big as my hand, and like it's
What?
it was massive. Like this was a thick boy. It was a thick boy, and
Wait, what color is it? I swear, I hope it's not blue.
it's like a brownish color, and
Oh,
it had like a bit
oh.
of a furry texture to it almost.
Oh my god! It's a tarantula, dude! I think.
It was massive, and it was just planted on one of the walls. Like I opened the door out of like one of the sort of rooms we were in. I look at the wall and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Holy shit.
I had never seen anything so big like as a spider. I was just thinking, what type of spiders do you get up in this area?
What the heck? That is.
I did not want to touch that
Wow.
thing, so I was like, I'm just leaving that thing. I'm not bloody doing anything. So, like,
Yeah, it's better to get
put
away.
it in the context. It's probably as big as as a CD case. It was huge. Oh,
Holy shit.
it was freaking massive. I don't know how they even managed to get that thing there, but I was like, okay, nah, not touching it. And then one time we had another spider, not as big, but
Mm-hmm.
still a bit of a thick boy. And it was just chilling like on one of our sort of printers we had left around, because the job I was doing was more of an IT job, so we were doing lots of maintenance stuff. So
Uh-huh.
I go into the office that morning. I open the door and I see a spider just chilling on some paper from this printer. And I'm just
He's
like,
just chilling there.
he's just chilling there, and I thought, oh, he might be dead, I guess.
Oh
So I
no.
just let him sit there. Then my IT manager walks in and he looks over and goes, "Did you see that spider there?" And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, do you know if it's dead? And I'm like, I got no idea, to be honest. So he grabs like I think like a little broom or something, and kind of just taps the paper to see if it moves. And
Did it move?
this thing moved and went onto the floor, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it was crawling on the
It
floor.
jumped. It
It
jumped.
it literally just went onto the floor, and I'm just like, oh shit. So I get into my chair and I just sort of stand like on my chair, and
Something I would do.
and then basically my IT manager like manages to scoop up the spider and just like take it outside and just yeet it.
Oh my god.
And I was like,
You
what
should have
the
burned that thing.
fuck?
You should have burned that thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like to watch videos of things burning. I
Oh
would
yeah.
watch a spider burning and just it's like visual ASMR, okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like visual ASMR definitely can be something. But but have you listened to general sort of ASMR?
Like the ear licking? Wait, what?
That's
What
probably
is the word?
more on the let's say, I mean, because I do know a few ASMR VTubers, but I think yeah, ear licking would be more on the, I guess, not Twitch TOS friendly category, I guess.
Oh, I
Even
see. I see.
YouTube
I
category
mean,
now.
yeah, I've seen most of the ASMR I've seen are like the RP, the ear
Oh yeah.
licking and ear cleaning and stuff.
Oh
The
yeah.
yandere, tsundere RP ASMR. I've listened to Yonder ASMR
Yandere.
before, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've
I
listened to
mean,
ASMR. Plus, I'll guess admit here, I do have an ASMR channel.
you do? Wait, really?
I do, yeah.
Wait, what is it?
Oh yeah,
Is it the same
Alonso's
name?
got the tags for one of my ASMR videos. You
Oh my god!
just drops
Wait,
the title in the yeah.
I really should check it out. Wait, let me see.
Wait,
I like to listen
let me see if this
to
is the command. Oh yeah,
what's
that's the
his
command.
name? Seiki. What's your ASMR channel?
Hmm.
Is it this? Oh wait, I saw it. WolfyEmpi ASMR. Oh my god, you do!
Yeah. I haven't
You
made
do
a
it!
video. I haven't made a video there for a while though, but I did do my first ASMR was a Yandere ASMR.
Oh my god, it's so cool. You used to do these stuff. Do you still
Yeah,
want to do it?
I still want to. I just haven't had the time or the motivation to do another one at the moment. But yeah, I mean, I got inspired by a lot of ASMR VTubers to kind of get into it. Plus, at the time, I guess as well, not many guys were doing ASMR videos. So I was like, all right, I don't see any guy ASMR artists around, so I'll give it a try.
I see, I see.
It's
I
like,
mean, I watch a lot of back then I would listen to guy ASMR and honestly just to make me cringe and
oh yeah,
also because I mean I like some of them. I like some of them. It makes me I don't know, it makes me fangirl. It's just
yeah,
fun to listen to, you know.
yeah. I mean, the way I got into ASMR is kind of interesting because I guess being me having sleep issues and stuff, especially since I was a kid, I was like, okay, I want to find an alternative instead of like having to constantly take like any sort of sleep tablets. Like I didn't really want to take sleep tablets anymore. So I was like, okay, will ASMR work? And I had the period to try and see if it would work. So I had the chance to experiment with my sleep schedule, and ASMR kind of just flipped everything around. So somehow that
Bro,
worked. So
I want to try doing ASMR too,
yeah, it's
but I don't. Yeah, I don't. I can't really. I don't. I don't know where to get a script. I've been trying like looking up
oh yeah,
some on Google, but at the same time, I don't want to use someone's work. I want to make my own too, but
yeah,
I'm
that's
bad
fair.
at
I
writing.
I think I think what sort of I've with my ASMR videos, I've only used other people's scripts so far. But
Oh, you did?
yeah, I didn't really know what to kind of base a script off at first. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just go around, see what scripts are available that I can freely use and promote the script writers with.
Oh,
And
hell yeah.
some of them were quite good. And like, yeah, Reddit was one of the places I went to a lot for ASMR
Yeah,
scripts.
Reddit is very helpful, especially with scripts.
Yeah, there's like a page you can go on. I think it's like ASMR Script Haven or something.
I think I've been there before. I've looked at some of their scripts and
Yeah,
well, yeah,
there's
I can't.
there's a lot of scripts on there that are probably a bit too much into the gone wild category. So I was like, okay, I'm not doing that.
Oh, yeah, I probably wouldn't be doing that too
I
because
have been
I
tempted. I have felt tempted to try and do one, but
what's
uh,
stopping you?
I don't know. I feel like I'd have to probably do it on a sus website, probably, or try and do it on Patreon or something, so that I don't get any kind of, I guess, ban anywhere.
Oh,
But
I see.
I saw this one that I was like, "Ooh, okay. Uh, what is this one?" I read through and I was like, "Okay, I see where this is going," and it got into this like sort of. I mean, the script was really well written, even though it was like a Gone Wild kind of script. It was so well written that it just really slowly transitions it from like a safe for work kind of vibe to a okay, we're getting into NSFW territory.
Oh, I see.
And I just was like, okay, I don't think I could do this though. I don't think I could pull off something like that. I mean,
Yeah, I could never too.
I like some of my scripts that I've done probably lean into the maybe sort of slightly flirty sort of category sometimes, but it's like not to the same level as like going into a Gone Wild kind of sort of realm, I guess.
That's understandable. I mean, I don't really listen to NSFW ASMRs because they make me uncomfortable.
Hmm.
But I listen to like for example, your boyfriend doesn't want to share his lunch with you. Now you have to feed him. Oh, those
Yeah,
types of ASMR because I think it's very cute and romantic.
yeah. I tend to struggle with a lot of like ASMR scripts mainly because I think if they, I mean, I'm not a person of romantic scripts, I guess, but
Oh,
it's like I could, but for some reason I could pull off like a oh yeah yandere ASMR. Definitely, I could do that, or like a I guess school bully ASMR. I can for some
like a
reason
school
do that.
bully. You're just going to bully the viewer and be like, you're a piece of crap. You know that."
Or I could just be like, "You're pathetic."
And
Like,
the viewer would be like into it.
oh yeah, like I did like the one that Alonso in the chat actually sort of linked the sort of title to. Uh Mainly well the first part to that one, the Falling Hard script, because it's like a very school bully kind of script. Like that one really just for some reason did so well. Like in terms of views. I still don't know why, but
People are into being
oh
bullied, bro. Some people are like that.
yeah, but it's like it starts off like a very school bully kind of script, but then because the listener gets injured, the bully has to now kind of be very
Yeah.
apologetic. So and the bully's still trying to be cool, but he's like trying to also be helpful, and because the viewer gets amnesia, he thinks, oh, if I suddenly flip now and kind of be the good guy that I wanted to be, instead of being this bully, now I can get ins kinda and like have a relationship with this viewer. Like
Oh my god.
so
That sounds like a very romantic Wattpad story, bro.
yeah, so then part two, like I made part 2 months later, and that's probably the last video I did. And I don't think it lives up to the hype of the first part by any means, but I think
But you still got like a lot of viewers.
it's still I think it still did well. I haven't checked my
Mhm.
views there for a while, but I think my first part to that got like 14k views or something,
Holy crap, that is
and
incredible.
I was like just dumbfounded. Even when it hit 1k, I was like, "Wait, is this gonna surpass my first ASMR video? How's it gonna do that?" And then it just took off like wildfire.
Oh my god, you deserve it. You deserve all those attention, bruh.
Yeah,
I'm gonna I'm gonna try maybe if you would allow me to would listen someday to your ASMRs to see
Yeah.
and then read the script.
Yeah, like I've been helping a couple other VTubers with some of their ASMR scripts and edits and stuff, so it's been quite good. So one VTuber who I've been hanging out with a little bit in recent times, Miwo, she
Mm-hmm.
it's like she's been doing some ASMR stuff, and I've been able to help her with a bit of stuff. She's gotten some pretty good collabs recently too, with some other bigger ASMR artists in the community. So she's doing really well. So I'll take all my
Oh.
experience and try and help you out and see how yours go.
Oh my god. If I ever do like an ASMR stream or something, it'll probably be just a shit post and well, it's just me doing random things. It wouldn't be like a serious ASMR one.
Yeah, just
It's
like one
just
of
a funny thing to
those.
do.
Yeah, just like one of those kind of like ASM, really chill ASMR stream. Like just kind of like, oh, here's some cool things. Like let's see how this goes. Like
Yeah,
nothing
probably,
serious.
but yeah, the one that I would probably do is just be like, oh, I would like post something on Twitter where I'm going to do a shower ASMR and stuff. But in reality, the stream is just uh it's I'm going to be using like a shitty mic and trigger people off
Yeah.
because yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Yeah, if
Yeah.
I can't do ASMR, it's fine too. I can
Yeah.
trigger people's ears
Yeah.
and break their eardrums.
Yeah. It's like just it's like you could like put some kind of funny sort of name to the title. Annoying cake ASMR.
Oh my god. Wait, someone mentioned that it would be like mysterious ASMR. Yeah, something like that. I would do
Like
something like that.
yeah, it's like and it's like Alonso was saying earlier, like it's like I'm gonna be the next Fox Akuma ASMR.
Oh yeah, yes. I was gonna mention that too. Wow, you're well. You have a Niji Sanji arc now. Let's go.
Damn, I'm gonna have a Niji Sanji arc. But I mean, I
You're going to
have.
join Niji Sanji.
I mean, I watched one time. I think it was like a clip from Project Melody's Lewdcast with
Uh
Vox
huh.
Akuma, and he suddenly put on like his deep voice and like kind of whisper voice, and I was like,
Oh,
holy shit, this guy got a deep voice, and
he does have a deep voice. Yes.
I think he's also Australian from memory. So
Yeah, I thought he was British. I think he was
is
British.
he? Cause he sounds so Australian to me. It's like
He
it's
does.
yeah, it's so weird. Like he sounds so Australian, but he is British. Wow.
I
I mean,
I,
he's
I thought. Oh, he's British. Okay.
damn. He's got like such a so Luca and Ren are Australian. Okay, yeah, because he just sounds so Australian to me for some reason. Like I thought he might have had like some kind of for some reason I thought he was Australian because he just sounded that to me. But
Yo,
I
have you
mean,
watched his ASMR streams before?
I have not, but
Oh my god. Dude, I've listened to it as a joke with my friends. We decided to play it in Me 6
yeah.
and in a Discord call, and we were dying because like I think we chose the one where he took a shower or something. Oh
Right.
god. I can't take it anymore.
It's like
It was too much.
there's so many weird ASMR sort of things out there now. Like, oh, shower ASMR, bath ASMR, like
We also got that tentacle RP ASMR.
tentacle happy ASMR. Yeah. Yeah. Bathtub streams are wild. Wait, like, damn. I do need to watch some more Niji Sanji stuff because I haven't really followed a lot of Niji Sanji's stuff. Like, I think
Oh.
I've listened to a couple of like Millie's ASMR stuff before.
Millie, yeah, I've never listened to her ASMR, but I do watch her clips. She's funny.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I think I'm trying to think who was one of the first ASMR artists I listened to, because I started listening to ASMR probably back in, I'd say, about mid 2021. Like at first I was like not so sure on it, because I was like, oh, what do people do in ASMR? Like I used to think it was just like people like doing eating ASMR or some weird sort of stuff.
The
But
mukbang, yeah.
because I think I thought that probably thanks to Nyana's probably, but
Yo, Nyanners has good ASMR crap.
yeah, I
Like,
think I watched her like really old McDonald's ASMR,
oh,
and
I don't think I've watched that before,
it's
but I did
a
watch the one where she's a cat girl. I don't remember.
right, because she shared like a video from her early days like to a chat, and it was like her doing like McDonald's, like some sort of ASMR with like eating McDonald's, and it was like really funny because like she would intentionally make it sound a little bit lewd in some aspects.
Oh my god!
And
I mean, I can hear it. I can hear it. That's such a
yeah,
Nyanners thing to do.
yeah, and I was thinking, is this what ASMR is like? And then like, and then I started like hearing people say, "Ah, ASMR like can also be this and this," and I'm like, "Oh, so it's good for sleep and relaxation. Okay, I'm gonna try that out then." So I think the first channel I stumble upon might have been one of the earliest ones I stumbled upon was Lemon Leaf ASMR, and
Wait, I think I've heard of them. Maybe.
possibly
Mm,
because like I think she was.
wait, I
It's like
think I've heard of her.
yeah, because there's another, and this is probably the interesting thing. There's
Oh.
another channel that's very, very similar, and also, yeah,
I think I know what you're talking about.
yeah. So I won't say directly, like, because it's a theory of who they are now in a certain corporate
What do you
VTuber
mean? They're
space.
still she's still lemon leaf. What do you mean?
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But it's like it's a very big theory in the VTubing world. So we can't confirm or deny that, because otherwise, if everyone actually knew the truth to that, then well, she probably wouldn't have a contract anymore with certain
I mean,
VTuber agencies.
yeah.
So
I mean,
no,
there is a secret that I know, which I think Yago is actually WolfyEmpi.
wait, what?
Yeah, Yagu from Hololive is actually you.
That
You think I didn't know?
it's like that is not me.
Okay.
Speaking of corporate VTubers, have you seen what happened with Zion? I don't really know
Oh.
Zion. I've heard a few things, but I guess I don't want to get into any controversies surrounding VTubers that have been kicked out of VTuber groups or anything like that. At least not here, unless
I think yeah, I don't think we would want to talk about the Zion stuff because it's there are stuff there that are very inappropriate, I think.
right. Yeah, because I mean I don't know. Like I don't follow like much on, I guess, the controversies of VTubers as much as like I probably used to. But yeah, it's like mainly because like most of the time I just kind of scroll past it unless it's like a VTuber that I really have interest in.
Yeah,
So
I do the same thing.
yeah, because I guess sort of to reference, like so when I first sort of was in the process of wanting to become a VTuber, like I had some friends in the VTubing community who basically we were all friends, and most of us still are. But there was one VTuber who was pretty close to their debut, and controversies happened because she was also... The reason why I knew this VTuber to an extent was because, like, they were pretty much a mod for one of my VTuber friends. And lots of controversies came out surrounding this particular person, and it really shook a lot of us. So, really inappropriate stuff. Really kind of just made me want to vomit. And yeah, lots of people were affected by it. Lots of VTubers, like large and small, were retweeting to like basically say to people, don't interact with this person. And it was just crazy, like, because I didn't think that I would be anywhere near any sort of big controversy, I guess, in the community. And I was like, man, this sucks. This sucks. Now I almost know what it's like for people to have to expose other streamers or VTubers for terrible things. And yeah, I was definitely ready to kind of just pull out the knife and be like, bruh, I'm gonna go after any freaking person that does this shit. because those types of people are the people we don't want in our community, and they put a bad light on...
I agree.
On any sort of streamers and stuff. So yeah, but it was
avoid them.
It was a shocking experience, and I hope that none of my VTuber friends or anyone has to go through that sort of thing ever again, because it was so bad, and it made me really wish at that time if I just knew a bit more about this person, I could have tried to do something about it if I knew, and help other people out. But none of us knew anything about this person or what they were doing until it was too late, I guess. So
that is very... wow.
Yeah, it was very hard-hitting, especially for the friend of mine who had to expose them for this stuff. And there was so much information that I could not digest it all. So it just left me really shocked, even though I was not really close to any of the friends that were impacted. Plus, it just left me shocked that someone so close in the community could be doing that sort of thing. So yeah.
It would be pretty shocking.
Yeah, because I never thought I'd see the day that it would hit so close to home. But I guess that's what happens sometimes. You just gotta kind of help those out that need it and remove the toxic people. So yeah, but that was one of my shocking experiences in the community. And
I've never had a VTuber drama, but I've seen ones on my Twitter feed, and it's just, well, I would just skip it mostly.
Yeah.
Unless if I knew the VTuber, if I'm interested in the VTuber, obviously I'm just gonna look into the drama.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it's like if I know the VTuber in particular, that's either, I guess, the victim to the drama or the cause of the drama. Like, I'll read about it and see what my thoughts are, but then most of the time I'll just kind of, after I read it, just kind of move on because it's like, unless it's something actually serious, unless it's something actually serious, like I'll go, okay, I should either unfollow this person or I should send a message of support. That's the kind of thing I would do. But if it's like something that's really irrelevant, which I find a lot of the VTuber dramas tend to be something that's really irrelevant that we don't
Yeah,
need to know about.
yeah. Sometimes they're just doing it for. Oh my god, am I gonna get hate? Like clout?
Yeah.
They're just doing it for clout.
Sometimes these VTubers are just kind of putting it out there just because they think that they can get maybe some kind of sympathy points, you could say.
Yeah, exactly. That was just.
It's like they're getting
Man,
some kind of
I hate
sympathy
that side.
points, and sometimes it can even just be sometimes that the wording of a post can come off as really off-putting when maybe they're not actually trying to cause something. But you never know half the time. It's like sometimes it's just like, oh, I was bad with my words, I'm sorry. And then sometimes it's like, okay, why didn't you apologize earlier though? Like,
And when you apologize, people would say that you only apologize because you got caught. Oh, canceled. Still
yeah,
canceled.
yeah. Like, I've seen some pretty big VTuber dramas in recent times, probably in the last couple of years, surrounding certain streamers and corporation VTubers as well, and things like that. And like, it would be like, okay, so you did this because of this. Now you're going to do that because of that? Like, it's like, why? Like, why not just go out and apologize when you knew you were in the wrong? Like,
Yeah, sometimes their ego is just too big that they won't even apologize and just
yeah,
yeah, some VTubers think that they can get away with it just because they have a lot of fans and stuff,
yeah,
and they think that their fans would defend them, but no, your fans aren't kids. They know what you
oh yeah,
mean. They know what you did something wrong. You just have to accept it instead of
oh
just,
yeah,
I don't know, having a huge head, huge
yeah.
ego.
Yeah, it's like I've always said to my audience, like in general, like, hey, if I say something that comes off as really inappropriate, or if I say something that just seems really dumb, like, feel free to call me out on it. I don't care if you call me out on it, like,
Yeah,
because at the very least, I can go, okay, I stuffed up. I said something I shouldn't have said. Like, feel free to let me know right from the get-go, because then I can improve from that and I can apologize and all that sort of stuff. Because sometimes, like, let's be real, I think any streamer or VTuber or anyone's gonna mess up and say something wrong at some point. It's bound to happen. It's just a matter of learning from your experiences, accepting the mistakes and improving. Like, that's what we have to do as streamers and VTubers. Like, we're not perfect people, but at the same time, if someone does something really ridiculous, yeah, you could probably call them out a lot harder than what people probably would. But it's more like, don't just try and think you're gonna be like the savior and go in and think you're getting justice all the time. Because,
yeah, in short, just be a mature and decent person.
yeah, and
Decent, I
learn from
mean,
your
oops.
experiences. Like, don't fall back into the cycle of doing the same thing over and over and over again, thinking that you can get away with
Yeah,
it.
just learn. Use the use that experience to learn, man.
Yeah, because it's like, if you can at least try and show that you're trying to improve, people will have a lot more respect for that because they can see the change. But if you don't improve and you do the same old tactics over and over again,
Yeah.
you're gonna look like someone who really doesn't care at all. Like,
I agree. You just
and
get canceled all over.
oh yeah, and you're gonna just end up basically attracting a very weird crowd from
Yeah,
that.
and you're just going to build a really weird community.
Yeah, you're gonna build like a community that's very close-minded and just wants to,
I agree.
like, very close-minded, doesn't want to accept any criticisms, and
Uh,
goes, oh no, but this, my favorite streamer did this and that. Like, it's like, okay, cool, but what about all this stuff that they're saying and doing? Aren't you going to call them out on that? Oh no, they're doing good stuff. Like,
no, man. It's just a joke, man. Don't you get it? Don't you have a
yeah,
humor? It's just a joke.
yeah,
Like,
like,
shut
let's,
up.
like, I was watching, this was an interesting episode of, like, so Anthony Padilla from Smosh back in the day, like, because he's got his own YouTube channel now, he did a video, like an interview with iDubbbz recently, and I was watching his video, and iDubbbz, like, in the video seemed like he had really matured as a person compared to his days when he was doing like content cop and stuff like that. And I used to watch that sort of stuff back in the day. I'll admit, like, I used to watch content cop and all the stuff from iDubbbz because I thought he was funny and hilarious for the time. But
Mm-hmm.
I think as time grew, like, his content sort of stayed very edgy and didn't change, like, to adapt to, I guess, things that have been changing in the world. So a lot of people got really tired of the edgy humor, and people also started to make it more vocal that some of the humor in that sort of content was quite offensive as well. So
Yeah.
so watching him in this interview with Anthony, I was like, wow, it looks like he's really sort of matured as a person. Like, he's taken that sort of time away from that content to kind of change as a person. And I give him respect for that, because it sounds like it's actually coming from a genuine place that he wants to move away from that old humor, going into a more sort of normal version of himself. And
Yeah.
I think that that's the kind of thing that happens over time. Sometimes you have to learn to adapt to new sort of norms and new kind of, I guess, ways of thinking compared to, like,
Yeah.
what you sort of grew up with, for instance. Like, I could remember when I was a kid, like, the humor we had back as kids and even as teenagers, man, I'd probably get cancelled to crap for if I was to try and use that humor right now in my current sort of
Yeah.
stuff. Because, like, we used to make some really terrible sort of jokes and really terrible
I
dark.
get you. I mean, I
Uh,
used to do it as a kid too, but and I didn't really realize that it was very offensive. So I
yeah,
stopped doing it once I got older and someone called me out for it. They were like, "You shouldn't say that word. That's bad.
yeah,
That's a bad
like,
word. That's very racist." And I'm like, "Wait,
what?
really? Oh,
Yeah,
I just saw it on TV and I decided to copy it because I thought it
yeah,
was funny, but no."
yeah, because I remember in my teenage years, like, my humor used to be a lot more, I guess, kind of like the iDubbbz era humor. And I was like, man, like, as soon as when I heard, for instance, PewDiePie with the bridge incident years ago when he was playing PUBG, like,
Hmm?
I was like, okay, like, I was thinking, wait, like, he said the N word. Okay, what does that mean? Like, I was like, what does that mean? Like, because I used to hear people in high school just say it all the time. Like,
I used to hear a lot of people when I was younger say it all the time back then too. So
yeah,
I decided to. I thought it was a normal word. I didn't
yeah,
know what it meant. I thought
yeah,
it was just like,
because
"Yo, what up, peeps? What up, homie?"
yeah,
But no, it's
it's
not.
like no, it's not. Like, I remember I used to hear people say it all the time. Plus, like, you'd hear it in songs all the time too, and you still to
Yeah,
this day,
yeah.
like, so sometimes it's like when you're like doing the lyrics to a song, you got to go, oh wait, I can't say this word. Like, I've got to not say this
Mm.
word, and it's like man, yeah, just your average day in an Aussie school, yes, because back then, like, it was like, man, everyone would say this plus like the hard sort of R word and stuff like that. Like, it was just common words for us, like in high school, and then
Yeah, the
once,
R word was also common back then too.
I
And
mean,
then
it's
I
still
think,
to a lot of my friends is still a very common word, I will admit. Uh, like,
uh-huh.
so I'm like, man, like in recent times, I've made sure I don't say the word because now that I know the meaning
Yeah.
and now that I know people get cancelled over that word too, and I'm like,
Yeah,
man,
I don't say that word anymore too.
yeah, I avoid saying it now, like, but it's probably been the last couple years that I've really avoided saying like the hard R sort of word because I'm like, man, okay, that's what it means, man. I never knew that. Like
I think the
everyone,
oh, hmm?
everyone I knew was like just saying that word all the time. I was like, and seeing it like on Family Guy and stuff too. I was like, man, is that just a common word? Like,
Yeah.
so I guess
I think
it's
I
like,
only like knew about it recently, like in
yeah,
last year. Someone mentioned that I shouldn't say that word, and I'm like, "Oh, wait, really? Oh, oh shit, I'm sorry."
yeah. Like I remember there was a really big VTuber drama last year where someone was saying the word, and I was like, wait, is it really that bad? Like I didn't think it was that bad. And then
Mhm.
I was like researching, like, and hearing from even some of my own viewers were like just talking about the word, and I was like, oh, okay, now I get you. Now I understand what the meaning is and why people are so, I guess, offended by the word too. So I was like, okay, I'm never gonna say this word, and if I ever do, it would only be in the case where either I somehow slip up and say the word, or I guess I'm like in a really freaking stupid moment.
Yeah,
So
I get that.
yeah, so I've been trying to ingrain it into myself for a long time not to say that word. And yeah.
I mean, I used to. I don't really say the word actually,
Hmm.
but I've heard people say it, and now I'm just avoiding like saying it.
Yeah.
But I've never said it before. I've said it like only like 3 times in my life,
Hmm.
so it's not really that much of a problem for me.
Yeah, like in my high school days it was like, yep, just everyone would just say it. And because
Mm.
you'd watch Family Guy or you'd watch any show at the time and it was like, oh yeah, we can say that.
Yeah.
And then it's like certain words as well, like describing certain people. It's like hearing it from my parents' generation, always like saying like particular words that I would go, you shouldn't say that, don't say that. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, man, like, it's like, especially when you're around parents that say so many bad words.
I was about to say something like that when, like, your parents would be like, "Don't say that word," and then they say it.
Oh
And when
yeah.
you told them out about it, when you call them out, they'll be like, "We're adults,
Yeah, we're
okay?
adults, we can
We're
say these
adults.
things.
Yeah, you're still a kid. You shouldn't say this because you're a kid."
Oh,
And
I
I'm
think
like, "Once I get older, can I say it?" But they're like, "No, it's bad."
Yeah,
do what do we say? Don't do what I do. I think that's
yeah,
the praise.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. I remember because I think even recently I was talking with my parents about like certain sort of, I guess, current social norms, like about
Mhm.
particular different communities, like, and a lot of them are like, oh, but I don't get that, so I'm just gonna keep saying these words, and it's like, okay, but like I'm trying to say, don't say these words, especially if I've got some friends in these communities. Don't say these words, like,
Mhm.
but it's like they just don't understand it. So I'm just like, okay, I gotta keep trying to kind of get through over time gradually. This is what this is. This is what that is. Don't say this.
Yeah,
Like, it's so hard sometimes, but like, I guess
I get you.
it's like, but I guess it's like younger generations, like we can much easier sort of like grasp the concepts and understand the different communities and what interests they have and why we shouldn't say certain things and just be better
Mm.
as people. Like, I think that's the whole kind of moral as well, is just to be better as people and not describe people in certain ways and phrases, I
Mhm.
guess.
Yeah. I've heard people mention that this generation has been a snowflake and stuff,
Oh
and
yeah, I
yeah,
hear that all the time.
I agree sometimes, but at least we're a little more open-minded, unlike the older generations now.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem, like looking at the different generations, like I can definitely also agree with the fact that sometimes our generation are very much quote unquote like snowflakes
Yeah,
because
yeah, we are.
like we seem very quote unquote like to the old generation sensitive, but
Ye-
it's like I feel like our generation is definitely kinda in like being like we're trying to not use certain terminologies to describe people. We're also trying to include people more, but at the same time I feel like one of the things that's dividing people more is like as soon as you have a different opinion to someone, like especially around
Yeah,
sensitive topics,
they'll attack you.
it's like massive attack. Like
I agree, man.
I
Like,
think I think as well, like,
mhm.
yeah, people can get very divided and very angry over certain topics, but
Mm.
it's like I think we've lost that kind of sense of respectful discussion, like
Yeah, we
as a
got
younger
so
generation.
sensitive that it's hurting other people
Yeah,
sometimes, and it's ruining the fun.
yeah, like I mean, not to try and I guess get into too far into like the current sort of VTuber dramas surrounding certain games and certain
Mhm.
communities and stuff. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's like I mean, I am like for me when I was like looking at this, like I was like, okay, yeah, I understand both ends of this argument. Like, I understood that one, a certain
Mhm.
community, at least most of them or some of them, felt very upset. And then the other end were like, hey, but I want to play this game because I'm not
Yo, yeah,
like,
that
it's like the other is like, I want to play this game because it was my childhood. Plus,
and it looks so fun.
yeah, and it looks fun. Like, why should
And
we
some of
attack
them,
people for playing a video game? And
yeah.
and I sort of took a middle grounded approach, like because I was just really fed up of hearing this debate. Like, I tried to take a very kind of middle groundish approach and say, look, hey, if you want to play the game, by all means, play the game. If you don't
Go
want
for
to,
it.
then that's fine as well. Like you can boycott a game if you wish, if you feel uncomfortable, but no one on either end should be going after
Should hate.
anyone.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's also my thoughts. Like, just I
Yeah.
don't know, just do whatever you want. Just don't hurt
just
other
don't hurt
people.
people. That's what everyone is asking. And then you had people like on both ends of the debate trying to go, oh, but these people are doing this, these people are doing that, and I'm just like, yo, just chill.
Let them be. Just let them be. Just do your own.
Like,
Just mind your own business.
Don't let the trolls try and stop you, like, from either side of the debate. Like, you've got some that are trying to claim that these people are attacking, and people trying to say, no, these people are attacking, but posing as these people. Like, no, just don't feed the trolls.
I agree.
Don't let it bother you, like, because there was so much harm that was done during this whole situation. Like,
yes.
Like, so much harm was done, and people like from the certain communities affected felt very isolated because of it, and felt like no one was supporting them. Plus, from the streamers' perspective that wanted to play the games, like, they felt very attacked. So everyone got hurt in this. Like,
plus some people that would play the game didn't even like they don't know the drama and stuff. They don't even know anything about the game. They just want to play it because it looks fun.
Yeah.
Until someone ruins it for them, I guess.
Yeah, it's like
not really.
I've got some friends in the community that like wanted to play the game, and some felt like they were really kind of just in a position where they were like, okay, well, I want to play it, but I fear streaming it. And then I had some friends who were like, man, like, F everyone that wants to go after this. I want to play the game and enjoy it. And I'm just like, okay, maybe you don't need to go that far and start trying to say F the people trying to do this. Like, just chill, play the game, have a good time. Like, don't let it get to you. Like,
just play the game without any side comments, bro.
Yeah, because I think one of my friends IRL was just like, when I was telling him about some of this drama, he was just like, what the and I'm like, don't think too deep on it, because there's much more to the situation than needs to be explained. Plus, at the same time, like, just have a good time playing it. Like,
I can understand that some people don't really want to play it, and that is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, and that's just fine. Just don't hate people who will play it, and same goes for other people that wants to play the game. Just don't hate on people who don't really want to play it because of reasons.
Yeah, because like, some people may not necessarily have been in the communities affected, but some were like, oh, because certain authors or whatever like support very controversial issues, and like they have their very negative opinions. It's like, yeah, I understand that, and if you don't want to buy something because of their association with it, that's fair. Like, but at the same time, it's like, I don't think that, just in my opinion, like, I don't think that boycotting a game is really going to solve the problem. Like, because at the end of the day, they're still getting money. Like, they're still getting money at the end of the day. Like, yeah, you could sort of show that because you're boycotting it, can kind of help your movement, maybe, I don't know, but the overall sort of overarching thing to me is like, if you want to get support for a movement and for a cause, do it in a much more, I guess, outspoken, educated way, like in a way where people can understand your reasons much better. Like boycotting a game, it's not gonna, I don't think it's really gonna show anything. Just from
I
my own
agree,
thought.
man. I completely agree with you.
And at the same time, that doesn't mean I go out and trash any communities or anyone that wanted to actually boycott the game, because if you had actual sort of reasons, like you felt uncomfortable, that's completely understandable. And I think it's just more boycotting it because of more so a, let's say, political reason. I don't think it really was going to do anything.
Yeah.
But into a more positive sort of aspect, I guess, like, well, the VTuber community has its dramas and its crazy things going on and all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of questions, I guess, surrounding why do people want to become VTubers? Like,
Yeah.
so what really piqued your interest in becoming a VTuber?
Okay. First of all, like like I've said before, I really wanna re express myself without showing my face. Like I
Yeah.
really want to sing and draw at the same time while also doing some other things that I want to that I enjoy.
Hmm.
So, and then I found VTubers. First, I found Project Melody. I found
Ah.
her in YouTube. I actually find her very cute,
Hmm.
and like she does a lot of things. She streams and stuff. I mean, I remember my mom mentioning that I should stream because
Wow.
I get to do whatever I want, like also performing and stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm not really interested because I don't want to show my face, mom.
Hmm.
And she's like, oh, okay. And then I found Project Melody and some other VTubers like Iron Mouse after that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, I want to do this. I want to be an anime girl on the internet. I want to
Yeah.
sing and draw at the same time too. And
Yeah.
yeah, there are other VTubers that can dance too using their 3D model, and
Oh yeah.
I actually love dancing. I was in a dance club in school, so
Wow.
I want to be able to do it one day. But yeah,
One day we'll
mostly just
see. One day
drawing.
we'll see Cake doing a dance stream or
Oh my god!
something, like a dance
Oh my god! I
performance.
wouldn't do it. No, I wouldn't do it anymore because I don't dance that much anymore, man.
Yeah, like I wonder if anyone would actually do like a full-on fan animation of like a 3D fan animation of your model dancing. That would be really
Hmm.
interesting.
It would be very like in the future, maybe.
Who
We'll
knows?
see. Well, what
But
if we see WolfyEmpi dancing some K-pop dances too, like MMD?
damn,
That would
like
be pretty interesting.
I wonder. Oh wait, oh man, that just gave me a thought, man. Just imagine like a stream with some like a collab with me and Rio, like doing a dance stream. That would that would be really weird.
it would be it would be funny.
Because we've
I would
never
love to
collabed
watch
yet, I
it.
don't think. So yeah, we. Who knows? We'll have something in the future probably.
Yeah.
But
Do you have a 3D model?
I used to have a Vroid model, but I don't really use it anymore. So
Oh. I
So
see.
who knows? Maybe I might have to get some kind of 3D model in the future. Who knows? But I like to be
I'll
2D
get
though.
3D. Yeah, I love 2D too. I want to get. I used to want to get 3D model, but I discovered PNG tubers, and
Yeah.
yeah, I decided to just wait.
Yeah.
I could just draw my own avatar first before
True.
debuting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's like
yeah.
we had very similar, I guess, discovery of VTubers in the beginning. Like Project
Mm-hmm.
Melody was also the first VTuber I discovered, and
Really?
yeah, and I remember watching a Lost Pause video introducing Project Melody, and I was like, "Ah,
Oh my
this is a VTuber." Like,
Okay, ow, oh god, I hit my fingers. I found Project Melody through Noxtaku, also Lost Pause.
right, right,
So, yeah. Yeah, I started watching Project Melody after that. Also, because her voice is very cute and her
yeah,
avatar is very cute. I didn't think that she was a real person, to be honest. I did because I didn't know what VTubers were. So like I thought
yeah.
she was just AI generated and there was someone controlling her body and stuff.
That
But
that'd be so funny.
yeah, and I found out she was a real person. Wow.
Yeah, it's like, damn, this
And
person's real.
yeah, this person is real. What the heck? Oh. Okay, wow, that's so cool. I can be like that. But
Yeah.
I don't have a 3D model. And then I found Iron Mouse. I found I used to like watch her
Mm.
using her old model,
Oh,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
the nurse model, I think. I don't know if
Yeah,
you've seen that.
yeah.
Yeah, that
OG
one
Iron,
before she.
yeah, OG Iron Mouse days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I think once I watched the Lost Pause video with Project Melody, I think the next thing I stumbled upon was, I think it was one of Moist Critical's like songs, like under his like sort of, I guess, stage name, The Gentlemen. Like, and that was
Mhm.
the video was titled like She's like, I think the video was titled Real to Me, and it was like Most Critical doing like a sort of really metal kind of song, like screaming like she's real too, right? And I'm like, what? And Project Melody was like featured in the video, so it was so funny. Then Lost Pause's Nekopara series and Doki Doki Literature Club series.
Oh my god, dude! I watched that
It
too.
was
Like the
so
whole
funny.
episodes. It was nice to see Iron Mouse, Bunny, Silver Veil, and Project Melody voice the characters. So
Yeah, and I was like, man, this is so cool. Like, because we just got out of our first COVID lockdown at that time, and
mm-hmm.
I went over to my friend's place, and the first thing I was doing was showing him the Nekopara videos or the Doki Doki videos, and
Mm-hmm.
then this is an interesting story that I've mentioned, probably not in the podcast before, but on streams before. So I said to my friend at the time when we were watching these videos, like, because I stumbled across a Discord server, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't think it exists anymore, but it was like a Project Melody Discord server. And I'm pretty sure that the official Project Melody was in that server. So
Oh.
yeah, so I've sort of randomly said to my friend at the time, as a joke, like, do you reckon I should just try and DM Project Melody and see if she responds? And he's like, yeah, go for it, man, go for it. And I'm like, okay. So I was like so nervous, thinking, okay, is this the real Project Melody? Am I actually gonna get a response? And I
Is it
DM'd.
actually?
So to this day, I still am not 100% sure, but I do have an artist friend in the VTuber community who used to do fan art for Project Melody. And he, in that sort of description, like of what I described in the conversation, said, yeah, that sounds like the real Melody. And I'm still like, I don't know. I got no 100%.
What did you guys talk about?
So I DM what I believe to be Project Melody. And I thought, nah, she's not going to respond, right? Like, nah, she's too big to respond. And within 5 minutes, I come back and she's responded.
What did she say?
And I still have this conversation, actually. So I can even... okay, hopefully that didn't do anything on stream. But I can...
Oh my god.
I can go back and... I have a feeling it was an old account of hers to this day. I feel like she got off this account and got onto a new one because she probably got overwhelmed by DMs and shit. But
oh, I see.
But the first thing I DM, and this is how cringe I was, I didn't know what to say, so I was just like, I like the science team. and then so she asks like, oh, what server are you from? And then she's like, ah, I see. And I then sort of like mentioned something about my own sort of server. I don't know what I was saying. so then she's like, so I started asking about animes, and at the time she was apparently watching Kaguya-sama Love is War. And I was like thinking, hey, I like that series. Good vibes, good choices. But the thing that really kind of threw me off, which I wasn't so sure about, which made me question whether it was her, was like, just checked out your YouTube channel. And I was like,
what?
Huh? What?
That's probably not her, maybe.
So then the first thing I ask is it cringe? And she's like, not really. And we start talking more and like talked about some jokes and stuff. Like talked about games, but the one thing that kind of still really kind of throws me off even more and makes me kind of go, is this her, is this not? Like when we ask about certain games and stuff, like she said she likes games like Uncharted, and like storyline based games and first person shooters, and I was like, okay, interesting.
Does she?
I've seen her stream a few story-based games. Like, I remember one time she streamed Cyberpunk, and there was another few games. So I was like, so it made me just start questioning even more over time.
Wait, what year was it?
2020. So like May 2020.
Oh, I think I remember like watching a video of Taku interviewing Project Melody back then, and she said something like the only game that is her favorite was Portal because it's the only game that she played.
Yeah. And and Portals are pretty sort of, I mean, it's not really a shooter, but it's like it's kind of a story-based game, kind of. So
kinda.
So I was like thinking, okay, well, this kind of lines up, but I'm not 100%. And because like my VTuber friend who made fan art and stuff for her was like saying to me, yeah, that description sounds about right. I was like, that's bizarre. So I still don't know to this day, but I'm like very torn on whether it was the real Project Melody or not. But if it was, then damn, I would have had some pretty crazy experiences if we kept talking.
Holy crap, that is incredible.
So, I mean, I've DM'd a bunch of people in the vtuber community, I guess, so I wouldn't kind of be surprised to this day if it actually was her. Like,
I don't remember if I DM'd you first or you DM'd me first, but I think it was me who talked to you first. I don't remember.
uh,
Wait, I did! I asked you if you want access and so
oh
W
yeah,
channel.
yeah, yeah. Like, funny how that would be the first thing that you would DM me.
Yeah.
Like,
What was your first interaction though? I don't remember.
I
Was it on
remember.
stream?
I feel like it was on stream, like in the chat, because that would have been like
Yeah,
our
you
first
said it
proper
there.
interaction. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like there's probably been cases where we probably would have had some pretty indirect kind of, I guess, interaction. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I remember you following me on Instagram before. I decided to follow back because you're a fellow VTuber, and I'm like,
yeah,
oh, this is interesting. All right.
yeah, and I think because at the same time, what probably made me even more comfortable to try and like come around and check out your streams and stuff was like mainly the fact as well that you were mutuals with some of my VTuber friends. So I was
Oh,
like,
like who?
so like you've got I mean, I'm not really, I guess I'm mutuals with Peach, but like I don't
Oh,
I'm mutuals, but I haven't really checked out a lot of
well, I
stuff.
thought you're close with Peach at first because I remember I rated you in stream one time, and she was talking to you like very enthusiastically. I thought you guys were close.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm probably because more I'm probably more closer to Dawn and Johnny because like I've interacted with them a lot more, and Peach has been around like in some streams and like in chats, so I'm like, oh, okay, I know who Peach is and stuff, but I don't. I haven't done much interaction with Peach, so
I
yeah.
see, I see.
So kind of just know Peach throughout the chats and as mutuals kind of. So yeah.
Oh, right. I thought you were like one of her closest friends. So like I'm like, oh, I should follow this person too because it's friends with Peach, and he's also a VTuber. So even if he's not friends with any of my mutuals, I'm still gonna try to be friends with him because I wanted friends.
Yeah, yeah, and like and I think like I think more so my I guess like I was interested in your art at first, so I was like, oh yeah, I'll follow for the art. And so I followed you mainly because I was like, oh, you're mutuals with some of my mutuals, cool. And then oh, really cool art, nice. Like
Oh my
gonna
god, you following me for my art is I'm very flattered. 'Cause, like, I really wanna improve my art, man. Like,
yeah,
I've seen so many artists, and I wanna have, like, that professional look, professional art and stuff,
yeah, yeah.
and
Like
so
I could
yeah.
say like from when I was looking at your art, like I was like, man, this looks like high quality art. Like this is I was like, oh man, this looks so good. Like
And little
I just love the style. Like
Oh, thank you. Little did you know that the canvas is just 1 times 1 because my iPad was so laggy and my artwork, my art software keeps crashing. The
yeah.
app keeps crashing. So yeah, it was a struggle, but it was worth it.
Yeah, it's like I just like when I was like looking at the styles, like man, like that looks so cool, like the anime sort of art style, like it just looks like it could have been an anime to me. Like
We really?
yeah, I was like thinking, man, like this could be like if you made it like a full on sort of like frame by frame anime sort of thing, it would look good. Like
Oh my god. The fuck? Thank you.
It's like next challenge, try and draw me.
I'm gonna try to draw Wolfy in MS Paint one day.
It's like in MS Paint. Like,
have you tried digital art before?
I have never tried, but like, I mean, I wouldn't mind trying to commission you though. I definitely wouldn't mind trying to commission you for art. Like,
oh my god! Sorry, I'm just so happy hearing that people like my art. Like, wow.
Yeah, like, cause it's like just because it like to me it's like it's so good, and plus, if I was to commission you, it's like I'd be like, man, it's like I know you're probably gonna want to give me a discount because we're friends, but nah, take the money.
You know me so well, even though we just met. Like, yeah, I would probably give you a discount.
Yeah, it's like I mean, I need to get more art anyways.
Yeah, why don't you
I
like
mean,
get more art from other artists?
I think man, like, I mean, I got back into working recently, so I guess that's probably like I was so hesitant to spend money for a long time, like, and I focused so much on spending on my VTuber, so I was like, all right, okay, I need to now get art. Now that I'm getting my paychecks in, now that I'm saving money and I've got enough money to spend, time to get more art. So
I get you. I mean, I have no trouble saving money because spending money uh is a struggle to me because okay, when I want something, I don't buy it. I don't buy it if it's not useful. If I won't use it in the future, I just don't buy it because like it's just a waste of money. What the fuck did I spend that for? Like okay, I want to buy an Nendoroid or any figurines, any
yeah,
displays, but at the same time I'm like this is not useful. What am I going to use this for? It's just going to be up in the closet or up in the shelves, just sitting there doing nothing.
true.
So, nah, I'm not going to spend money on that. I'll just spend money on things that I will use on. Like, I think the one of the biggest purchases that I've ever did this year was the drawing tablet, the 7-inch tablet,
Yeah.
and the microphone. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like I think we all like go through stages like where either it's like, yeah, we really want to focus on saving money, not trying to spend so much on the stuff that you're just gonna display on your shelf sort of thing. And you're gonna want to focus on those essential things. And then you go through stages where you're like, man, I want to get this cool stuff. I want to do this.
Yeah.
And like for me, because I'm someone that loves to collect like retro game systems and like even anime figures and recently trying to collect manga and stuff, like
Yeah.
I just love having that shelf to kind of just show all that stuff and go, man, I'm collecting cool shit. Like, because
Yeah, it's a good thing.
it feels like a good thing, and then you sort of go, man, I kind
I'm
of,
broke.
man, I'm broke now. Or like, man, maybe I shouldn't have spent so much money.
Exactly. But
Like,
at the same time, it feels good
it
to
feels
see
good,
like
and
a lot of
then
things.
you're
Yeah.
feels good. Then you're looking at your bank balance and going, what, what happened here?
That is so true, man. Also, like I've bought books before and then COVID started and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna spend more money. Also, it has come to the point that my mom would tell me okay, my birthday, she wanted me to throw a party and stuff
Ah,
because
right.
it's a very it's a very special day. Well, yeah, and she's like, what do you want for your birthday? I want to buy you a gift, and I'm like, you don't have to buy me anything, mom. I could just go out and just go to the mall
Yeah.
with my friends and stuff because I don't want you to spend money. And she's like, you no, you gotta spend money at some point one day because once in the future you will look back and be like, oh, I'm so glad I have this. Oh wow.
I know that sort of
Yeah.
thought. It's like, I think for me, like, most of the time, because me and my friends, we love to catch up, like, we love to catch up and hang out a lot. And so it's like, for me, if I was for my birthday to kind of just go hang out with friends, like, yeah, that's cool. But sometimes I'm like, man, I want to change it up a little bit. Like, I want
Mhm.
to do something extra. But for me, it's like, it's not
Yeah.
always just about, as well, it's like, it's not always just about the money to go do something. Like, you can
Mhm.
make you can make really cool memories with friends or anything without the need to spend lots of money.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Also, like, I think there's this one point that I'm starting to starve myself. Like, I would get because most of the time the only monies I get is from my school allowance, so
hmm,
I don't really eat when I'm in school. So
right.
I would get skinny and lose a lot of weight. And then my mom's like, "Why don't you buy anything?" And I'm like, "Because I just want to." It's just very satisfying to see my wallet get heavy. Okay,
Yeah, that is
and
true.
then yeah, and when something when because I remember my mom teaching me when I was young, she would tell something like you should save your money instead of buying a lot of things so you can buy a lot more in the future. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty smart, so I should keep doing that. I should just not spend money at all and
Yeah.
until I get more and more money and I get to buy things that I actually want.
Yeah.
So yeah, without regrets.
Yeah, I went through a period probably mainly during, I guess, like the pandemic with like the COVID lockdowns, everything going on. Like, I went through that period of going, I'm gonna keep saving money. I'm gonna just keep saving. And my friends would go, man, like, you want to come out to this tonight? And I'm like, nah, probably not. Gonna keep.
Oh my god, I
Yeah.
get you,
And I'm just
man.
like, nah, I'm just gonna keep saving. And then eventually I saved up enough money and went to Europe.
Exactly. I have like I saved more money and now I got a microphone and a tablet and I can afford
Yeah.
these things because I've saved a lot and I don't have to I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like now I've got to try and save my money up again. I'm going back into my money saving phase again. So it's
I,
like,
I'm in that phase right now.
yeah, so it's like, the good thing is, like, I think my pay, like, is going to be quite flexible now. So it's like, I can still keep saving and I can still spend a little bit. So I'm kind of in a good situation where I can still do some of the things that I want to do while also
Mhm,
saving. So
mhm.
maybe whenever I get holidays again, maybe I might go somewhere. Who knows? Like,
Oh, what what place are you planning to go to?
it's like, I'm very torn. I don't know. Like, I think I was mentioning in your Discord, like, I'm torn between three locations. Like, two I could do together, and one would be a standalone sort of trip. So
Mm.
I could do potentially, like, whenever I get another big set of holidays, like when maybe once I get it almost a year into my job, maybe I could take some holidays and go to Japan, or
Yep.
I could do maybe a combined trip of the Philippines and Singapore.
I see.
Trying to look at it in some kind of logic.
I'm planning to go to Singapore because my mom wants to go there. She
Ooh.
maybe after graduation or before graduation, I would go to Singapore.
Hmm.
So I think it's gonna be a fun experience too.
Yeah.
Because I've never been outside my country, so like I'm gonna
Yeah.
be like, wow, this is so cool. I'm on a plane. It's my first time riding a plane.
Hmm. Yeah. Plane
Yeah.
experience, I think, for first timers, like I would say probably it's really cool when you're up in the air. Like when you're up in the air, like it's just cool. Like you just see out the window, you probably see lots of clouds and the blue sky and stuff. And
Yeah.
when you're, I'd say it's not too bad when flying up, because when you're flying up into the air, like it's you'll feel that pressure of flying up, but
Oh my god, that's so cool.
but flying down, like landing, depending on how you feel, like for me, I know that when I land, like my ears end up popping because of the pressure, like landing.
Really?
Yeah. So I
Oh.
find that for me, my ears can be pretty sensitive to that. So
I didn't know that.
yeah, because when I was my parents told me this story when I was 2 years old. Like, because we went on a family trip to New Zealand because I got family over there, and so when we flew over there, apparently I was just screaming a lot after the landing and everything. So
Oh my god, does it hurt when it happens?
I mean, I think because when you land, like, because of all that pressure, like from like the air pressure and everything, like your ears will like kind of like you'll sort of like when your ears pop, like either they'll be very like they'll feel a little sore but not too bad, like you're like, at least for me now, like sometimes like chewing on something helps a lot. Oh there's some good advice from Alonso. Take cake to hold her nose and try blowing air through her nose. Yeah. Because I guess that might be a similar experience. I don't know. There's the same sensation you feel, only in the plane cabin. It's more prolonged. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I like to imagine that it's like a roller coaster going down but slower.
Yeah.
Is it the same? It's like
Yeah.
your
I think.
guts are
Yeah.
falling.
Yeah. Landing. It's like landing. It's pretty gradual in most cases. So you'll have like a really gradual landing, but depending on how pilots are trained to land, you'll either have like a nice sort of gradual land, or you'll have like a sudden like drop in altitude. So like you'll have like a few thousand feet drop, then they'll keep going, then another few thousand feet drop.
Oh, that would be fun to be honest.
Yeah, but that landing would be a lot more rough too. So
I see.
yeah, so like the gradual landing is the best one because you just have that nice gradual land in and it feels good. Like it's just nice and
I
smooth.
see.
But yeah, like
You like it smooth. I like it rough.
like
the landing of the airplane.
yeah, like yeah, like I like the smooth landing. The smooth landing is just a good one because, like, I think I sent in your Discord like a video of like me like just filming outside like the plane window landing.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Was wow.
Yeah, it's a good experience. And I have an even more interesting experience with planes, and that was when I was coming back from TwitchCon in Amsterdam, coming back to Sydney. Like, I ended up because originally I was meant to actually fly and do a stopover in Singapore and come back to Sydney, but that leg from Amsterdam to Singapore got cancelled on me. So I had to cancel my whole Singapore Airlines flights and go via the USA, coming back to Australia. And that's probably an even more, like, I'll say, bonkers experience, because you're going from already flying from one side of the world to Europe to then flying to another side of the world, flying back.
Oh god.
So I flew from Amsterdam to San Francisco, and then I waited 5 hours in San Francisco, got onto my next flight, and I come back to Sydney, and it's like crossing so many time zones. Like,
whoa, that's so cool.
It's like I was.
But it also sounds very tiring.
It was. I was so jet lagged by the time I got back, because when I left Amsterdam, it was like a Wednesday afternoon or morning, and by the time I got back to Sydney, it was a Friday morning.
Oh, I see.
And
all right.
And I was awake for that whole time.
So you're traveling.
Like, I was lucky that I was lucky that I got over the jet lag pretty easily, but man, like, it was nuts. And oh yeah, you can ask.
Have you used the airplane toilet before?
Yeah, a few times, yeah.
Where does the shit go?
I mean, it beats me. I don't know. I imagine they would have to have some. I would imagine they'd have to have some kind of chute for it to go into. Like,
oh, okay.
I don't think it would eject out the plane.
I was like thinking of that's one of my 3 a.m. thoughts. Like,
yeah,
does the crab just go out of the plane when you flush it, or
does it just fly out the window and then suddenly?
So does that mean that whenever someone takes a poop on the plane, and the next person comes in and then takes a poop, it'll just be a large pile of poop in there, and they would have to take it out? Oh my god!
I guess. I mean, there's no way it would just go out the plane. I wouldn't think so.
Yeah,
it'd have to go to some kind of place, like, and then they'll probably have to clean it out. I don't know.
Oh god, that sounds nasty.
It does sound nasty though. Like,
I just imagined like a big ball of.
Oh god. Just some. Wait, so the poop gets frozen almost instantly due to the altitude the plane is at, and gets stored in a tank of sorts. There's also been some cases of it leaking from the plane and people collecting it thinking it's from a meteor. Ew. How? What?
A meteor poop. Nice.
Oh man, that.
Yeah, I've never seen like frozen poop, but imagine.
Oh god.
Wait, don't imagine, but well, but you know.
So weird. But the interesting thing as well, because I had to book a flight so quickly, like, the price was so inflated for the flights because of how quickly I had to book a replacement set of flights. So that was thousands of dollars down the drain. And yeah, so, but the lucky thing was I got upgraded to a business class experience coming back.
Yeah.
So I got pretty good food from that. So really good food, really comfy chairs, because economy flights are pretty average, but some of them can be pretty gross as well. But I mean, I was lucky. My sets of flights were really good, either the economy flight or the business class flights. And airplane food, though, in economy, it's mixed bag. It's a mixed bag. Sometimes you get some good sort of food. Sometimes you get pretty horrible food.
What does horrible food taste like?
I mean,
planes?
I tried. So I went on because I stopped over in Qatar on the way to Belgium. Like I got on Qatar Airways, and I got a pretty decent meal of beef curry and rice, and it was good, tasted good, but then my guts afterwards were not happy.
Oh, I see.
So I felt so horrible after eating it. I was like trying to rest. I was like, beef curry and rice is the shiz on a plane. Oh yeah. Like, it was good, but my guts did not like it, and I felt so horrible. Like, I was just like, man, okay, I need to rush to the bathroom. And
oh no.
And I get up and go to the bathroom, and then afterwards I'm like, oh god, that was horrible. That was horrible. Because like then I got a headache after it, and I was like,
oh what?
Yeah,
that sounds like yeah, it is horrible, man.
Yeah, it tastes so good until you land. Oh yeah. Like, so I was just like, man, okay. Like, luckily I had brought Panadol with me on the plane, because otherwise I would have probably not had a good time.
A what?
So Panadol, kind of like a basically paracetamol sort of tablet.
Oh, paracetamol. Okay.
Yeah. So I brought that with me on the plane because I was like, I knew that I was probably going to have a bad experience at some point. So I brought that. That was good. And then I felt
first.
Yeah. So I felt fine after that. And then I get into Qatar airport and I'm like, holy shit, this place is massive. Like, that airport was so massive, and it was quite a good airport, I gotta admit. Probably, like, they have like these trams in the airport and stuff, and I was like, this is so freaking cool. Like, this is better than Sydney airport.
Man. I've never been to other countries' airports, so I wouldn't know, but that makes me want to go to different countries and see their airports and other places.
I've heard that Singapore airport is really good.
Like, yeah, like they have gardens and crap.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
Yeah,
it's very like naturey like feeling.
Yeah, I was so hoping to go to that airport, and then suddenly, nah, you're cancelled. Your flight is cancelled from Amsterdam to Singapore because there's too many flights. And I'm like, huh?
Man.
I'm like, what? Like, it's like, and then they're like, and I'm like, okay, so how am I going to reach my connecting flight in Singapore if I can't go from Amsterdam to Singapore? And they're like, oh, can you go to another airport? And I'm thinking, so I'm gonna just go from the Netherlands and go into like back to Belgium, or go to Germany or somewhere and get a plane? Like, how am I gonna do that? like I'm gonna suddenly change my trip plans around very last minute and try and catch that flight? So I was like, no, I'm going to get a refund. Thank you very much.
When?
And then I end up in the US. And
was America good though?
I mean, San Francisco airport is, from what a lot of American viewers I have said, is probably not the best place to transit through. So
Why?
I think because it's not very common, or it is kind of common, but not as common as Los Angeles for transiting plane flights. Like they say Los Angeles is so much better. So
Okay.
I get into I get into San Francisco, and before you even get into America, you need to have an ESTA, which is kind of like almost like a visa just to go through the airport and transit.
Really? Man, that
So
sounds like a struggle.
that sucked, but I was like, okay, fine, I'll bloody apply for your ESTA thing. All right, I apply for that.
Oh god.
Within a couple hours, I get back. Yeah, you're all clear to go to San Francisco. Nice. Thank you very much. I don't have to freaking.
A couple of hours.
Yeah, within a few hours, like they actually come back and go, yeah, you're all good to come in. Here's your ESTA. Awesome.
What?
So,
Man.
so I'm like, all right. Luckily, that was an easy process to just apply online for an ESTA. And then I get to San Francisco. The plane flights were good, especially being business class flights. And like movies were good. Like on one of the flights I watched that movie with the meme in it where it's like I'm about to morb.
Oh, the Morbin.
Yeah, Morbius movie or whatever it is. Like I watched it and I kind of get why they say I'm about to morb, but it's a bit. I mean, the movie was good, but I wouldn't watch it again.
Oh, it's not good.
I mean,
I'm gonna be direct.
It's good for one watch, but then there's no point watching it again. So
I mean, one of my friends said it was trash. I didn't really watch the whole thing, but they
it's
said
morbid.
Yeah, it's kind of.
It's. I mean, I liked the premise of the movie. I thought it was like it had a cool concept and it had some good stuff going for it, but I don't think it was great by any means. Like
It's just okay.
it was alright. It was good for especially for a plane flight. It was good. So getting to San Francisco and like because Amsterdam airport stuffed up with the baggage management, so my bags weren't even on the flight. So very nice, like very great. And in the US, they have a policy of, I don't think it's just San Francisco airport, but I think all airports in the US, you have to pick up your luggage from that airport and then transfer it to your next plane. And in most other cases, it's like, oh, your baggage will just get automatically transferred to your next flight. All good. You don't have to worry about anything. But no, normally you got to pick up your luggage and transition it to the next plane.
Oh, sounds like it's not really a problem.
It's not too much of a problem. I think it's more just a time wasting kind of thing, to be honest.
I see.
So,
alright.
Not convenient. So, I get there and they're like, oh, your bags have been left behind in Amsterdam. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, so we're going, they will be coming as soon as possible. And I'm like, okay, that's good. So are they going to come straight back to Sydney where I get left off? And they're like, yeah, okay, that's cool. All right, no problem. But that was just kind of annoying that my baggage wasn't there. And because I looked like a bit of an idiot walking around trying to look for my luggage, like I basically get pulled over by one of the security dudes, and he's like, "Oh, can we check your can we just check your baggage you got on you?" Which I mean was my backpack and stuff, because they wanted to do a search, and I'm like, okay, all good. Like I just was like a little bit kind of shocked because I'm like, okay, I've never been just pulled over randomly for a search before. So so they just sort of chat and all this sort of stuff. They ask a bunch of questions, like, and I'm like, just thinking, man, just please let this be over. Like, I just want to get on my flight. I just want to get on my flight, but he was a cool dude. He was all good. Like, I was actually thinking it was going to be a lot more like a scary experience, because you'd be like, man, like someone's just going to start searching my bags, searching me, thinking I'm some criminal or something. But
Yeah, they're just doing their job.
they're just doing their job. So I was happy with this dude, and I was happy it was that dude doing it, because he was just really chill, like really good. And like he was like looking through my stuff, and he was asking me about Twitch everything, like just going like, oh, so do you is this Twitch thing your job? Like,
whoa, he knows about your Twitch now.
he's like, so he's like, because I was going to a convention, like he was like, oh, so were you working at this convention? And I'm like, no, I was just attending as a person from the public. Like, because he was like I think he was more concerned about whether I was like coming in illegally to do work of some sort illegally. And I was like, nah, I just went to TwitchCon as a paid person, like to go and see everything. Like,
Wait, how much did they pay you?
it's like more as like I bought a ticket to go to the convention, and he's like, oh, okay, all good.
Oh.
Like, but yeah, and I was like, I'm actually heading back home to Australia, and he's like, oh, okay. So he was like, okay, well, everything's all good here. Just go through there and go wait for your connecting flight. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, awesome. Like, now I can finally just go sit down.
Yeah. If I really finally
after getting through like customs in the US and then getting searched and stuff, I was like, man, this is crazy. Like,
have you been to places in America though?
No, I wish though. I wish.
Oh.
Wolfy trying to dodge those premium taxes and stream in the US. Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely gonna go into the US and try and dodge taxes.
That's a good thing.
I mean, I don't know if the US actually pays more or less tax than Australia. I have no idea. But I have a feeling the US would pay less taxes.
It will be more for me.
Yeah, it's like if I came to the Philippines, I'd probably be paying like hardly any tax, probably.
Yeah. Because it's just very cheap here, okay? Like,
yeah.
Everything is very cheap. I think you can literally get a cab for less than $1.
Damn. Damn, like,
yeah.
I think the lowest price I can pay for a cab, like, if I was to just go around the corner, would be like $7. So
yeah, it can be less than $1, bro.
Yeah, so like I could, yeah, I mean, I'd have a good time then. I'd have a good time. Like, I'll just come over and be like, take my money.
Yeah, I could be the tourist.
Yeah,
and I'll show you the things here. I don't know what you want to explore and stuff, but yeah, I live
like,
in the city, so it'll be like the same. You live in a city too, right? So it'll be the same experience, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say like I'm not so much like where I physically live is in the city, but it's like more suburban. But there's a city like basically 5 minutes down the road. It's like a small city though, not big. Because Sydney is like an hour's train ride for me to get to. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you can ride the train here less than $1 too, so
Damn.
it's just very cheap, bruh.
It's like whereas like when I want a 20-minute train ride, it's like I spend like in a day if I go two train trips, for me is like upwards of $10 or $11.
Oh my god. Well, that's
Yeah.
not too bad,
It's
right?
not
Is
too
that bad?
bad. Like I'd say
Yeah.
like and you have like on peak prices and off peak prices. So if you get a train like early in the morning, like say before 7 a.m., you can get a train for like about $3.70 or something. And then
Mm.
if you're like if you're training it in the peak time, it's like upwards of like $5.40 or something for one train ride. It's
Oh, I see. Oh,
it's really interesting, but I mean, that's why I like Melbourne more, because Melbourne has a free like tram zone. So you could get like a tram that goes anywhere in like the central area for free.
oh, that's so cool.
And I'm like, man, I wish Sydney had this. If Sydney had
Why
this,
don't they have it?
because Sydney loves making money.
Oh, of course.
Sydney loves money much more than Melbourne, I think. Weirdly enough, even
I
though
see.
Melbourne attracts all the businesses, like Melbourne has like all the food culture and everything. Like Melbourne even has a cat cafe, and
What?
yeah,
That's so cool.
yeah,
I
because
don't even
Melbourne
like
is
cats,
for the
but that's so
people.
cool.
Melbourne is for the people. Sydney is for the businessmen. But
I would go to Melbourne.
oh, it's so good. Like some people say it kind of feels a bit like Chicago. I don't know. Some people say it's like,
Really?
yeah. Melbourne, yeah, Melbourne, now that I think about it, is honestly better than Sydney. Like Sydney is good because of like tourist attractions like the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge and all that sort of stuff. But Melbourne is just where the
Mhm.
culture is at. Melbourne has like the food culture and the street culture. It's a different vibe. Like,
Definitely would go to Melbourne.
oh, it's so good. Like, I want to go back to Melbourne for another convention, but I don't know if I'll be able to this year though. But
One
if you
day.
ever come
Someday.
to Australia, like Melbourne and Sydney would be good. Like
Yes.
plus also if you ever were comfortable and wanted to, you could do like a VTuber meetup with me and Rio or something.
Oh my god, I would be honored, bruh.
Yeah, it's like I'll just be
Once
like,
you see, yeah.
yeah, we'll just be coming popping down to Sydney and going like, all right, we're gonna be tour guides for cake.
Yeah, if you see a 75-year-old fat man, that's me.
Yeah, yeah, just like we'll just be like, there's cake.
Yeah, it's me. I'm yeah. Wow,
Yeah,
surprise, I'm not actually an anime girl in real life.
it's like, damn, not an anime girl.
And I'm gonna be like, when I see you, you're not actually a wolf. You're a real human. You have human skin. Wow.
It's like, damn.
Yeah.
Perfect cover story. Yes. It's like, in today's news, VTuber is not anime girl in real life, but
Yeah, they're just
actually
yeah.
75-year-old man with a walking cane.
Yeah, and they have voice changers because why not? We want to gain simps. Okay.
Just don't feed him after midnight. I
Yes.
don't know if that's in referring to a 75-year-old man or if that's referring to don't feed me after midnight.
Bro, bro, if we ever meet up, would you do a shoey? A shoey.
Shoey. I mean, I'll bring in extra shoes because then I won't do it with my own shoes that I'm wearing.
Of
but
course,
but
that is
then
understandable.
but I'll do I probably I'd do a shoey, but it wouldn't be in with alcohol or anything. But
Yeah, it would be water or iced tea or any drink.
let's just I don't know. Let's just put like some I don't know some sort of concoction into it, and then
Or
just go
maybe it's yeah.
something disgusting. Put some
All I can imagine is because your podcast is like named is teamed cola.
yeah,
I would just imagine it as like you can put cola in your shoe and put
probably.
whipped cream on top of it, kind of like a float. Oh my god,
Damn, like imagine
chewy
that. I'd just be
idea.
showing that and going like, damn, that'd
Exactly.
be epic. It's like just be like the old days, like going like, do it for the vine.
Do it for the views, man. It's just a prank, bro.
Yeah, just a prank, bro. Do it for the views.
It's for content.
Yeah,
It's funny.
it's for content. Yeah, just do it for content. Like we'll make a vlog
Wait,
and
yeah, wait, you still do IRL streams, right? Or
sometimes.
not? Not anymore. Oh,
Sometimes.
okay.
And also I still do like IRL vlogging here and there. So I definitely would vlog it and go, here I am.
Yeah, I'm doing this shoe here, guys. Look.
Make sure to join the free gift card giveaway.
That is so true.
Yeah, it's like, or everyone just plugging their merch and free giveaways. Like, hey guys, we're giving away a $10 Google Play card.
Mr. Beast style.
Yeah, it's like click this link below to enter the competition.
If you follow me on Twitch, the last follower would be receiving $10,000.
Yeah, it's like the last follower in this stream is gonna be receiving a free Twitch sub.
That is a great way to get followers.
It's like, hey, free Twitch sub though. If you want a gift card, find the hidden letters in the video. Oh man, and then it's like you just see the thumbnail be this very clickbaity thumbnail, and it's like,
Oh my god. Yeah, the sussy thumbnails.
oh yeah, sussy thumbnail. It's just like all these circles and X's and like,
Oh yeah, those.
yeah, it's like, look at this, like tons of arrows with a rainbow border. Probably. It's like when you
Wait,
done.
speaking of content, what YouTubers, what kind of YouTube videos do you watch or something?
Ooh, I've been watching a lot of anime sort of YouTube videos where it's like people doing anime theories more so. Like
Oh,
I've
I
been
see.
because I love watching like the Naruto series and also Boruto, and people are gonna judge me for watching Boruto probably, but I don't care because Boruto is a good series to me.
Hey,
No,
what's wrong with Boruto?
it's like people go, oh, but it's like they died because they didn't want to be in Boruto, and it's like, bruh, just because Boruto like had a very slow start, I guess, for a lot of people. Like Boruto was not as serious as Naruto in terms of plot until much later.
Is it still Naruto? I don't get the whole story though.
Yeah, I mean, people just criticize Boruto because it's not Naruto, let's be real. Like,
Oh wait, then who's Boruto?
Naruto's son. So,
He has a son?
yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
oh my god.
There's like Naruto, like, obviously, Naruto's dream was to become Hokage, right? So, of course, in Boruto, Naruto is the Hokage. So, So basically, the series kind of goes in this direction of like it's the modern-ish era, kind of like the village has become more technologically advanced. So Boruto's generation has a lot of the stuff we have in our real life, kind of. So he lives in peacetime, basically. No major threats to the village. Like he gets to go to the academy. He gets to become a genin pretty easily, and
Interesting.
Boruto's a prodigy. Like he's really strong for his age. Like he's probably like where Naruto would have been near the end of part 1 Naruto, almost, at the start. So Boruto's development's really fast. He's a prodigy. Same with Sasuke's daughter, and same with Mitsuki. So they sort of make the new Team 7 with Konohamaru as their sensei. And
Oh,
so they're all prodigies. They're all very strong, probably too strong for their age. They blitz basically everybody in their cohort. And the series starts to get more serious down the line, but a lot of people criticize Boruto because it's too lighthearted in the beginning. It's nowhere near as good as Naruto Shippuden, and it's like, okay, yeah, it's not, but it gets better. The manga is really good at the moment. Like the manga's like really flipped everything, and Boruto's become a lot more serious. So
oh,
that's why I stuck around with the series, because I know it's getting good, and I want to watch it as the anime goes and gets better. So I like where it's going, personally.
that's valid.
Yeah, the Boruto
Yes.
series is honestly
Even
pretty good. I just much prefer the manga over the series. Yeah, the manga is so good, no doubt.
I've never read a manga.
Yeah, I've been
I
collecting a
would only
couple of
watch
them.
the anime.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I would only watch the anime.
yeah.
I've never have mangas before, but I would love to read one. It's just that
Mm,
once I watch the anime, I wouldn't like to go back and read the manga. That's just
true.
I'm too lazy to do that.
That's true. Like, yeah, it's like, do you both prefer the sub or dub for animes?
Both. It doesn't matter. Both.
Yeah, I think it depends on the anime. Like if you were introduced to an anime with the dub first, you're probably going to watch the dub first, most likely.
Yeah.
If you were
I mean,
introduced with the sub,
honestly,
then you go with the sub.
yeah. I would well, I prefer both, but I usually
Hmm.
watch it with English though because that means that I could just multitask and listen to the anime that I'm watching instead of just looking at the screen,
Yeah,
just reading the subtitles. So
true.
yeah, I just listen.
What was like some of the first animes you really got into?
Oh, okay. So I one of my friends introduced me to this reverse harem anime
Oh,
called Diabolic Lovers. I don't know if you know that.
I don't
It's
think I
about like
do.
yeah, it's about like how many of them? 6 or 7 vampire dudes are into this daughter of the priest.
Huh.
And yeah, people say it's trash, but it's actually the anime that got me
Oh
into
yeah.
watching more anime. 'Cause,
Yeah,
well,
that's yeah, I can relate because the first, I mean, like, yeah, obviously as a kid, like, yeah, I'd watch Pokemon sometimes, or like, yeah, I'd watch Yu-Gi-Oh, or even
mhm.
bits and pieces of Naruto, but I wasn't really an anime fan yet.
Yeah, I wasn't
So,
an anime fan either.
so eventually, this is where my best friend Zach the Bros comes back in. Like in high school, so I happened to stumble across one day, walking into high school, like I see my best friend, he's just got his headphones in, he's watching something, and I look over and I'm like, what is that? Like, what is this? And it was like a very ecchi sort of anime. So I was like, okay, are you watching what I think you're watching? And he goes, oh no, this is High School DxD. And I'm like,
Oh,
oh, what is that? Is that a hentai? And he's like, no, it's an anime. And I'm like,
bro.
really? and I'm like, and he's like, yeah, you should watch it, man. Like, you should watch the series. And I'm like, okay, all right, I might as well.
And then it's good.
And then I watched season 1, season 2, season 3.
I better watch
And
it, but it's in my list.
yeah, it's a typical harem anime, and I mean, it's funny because the protagonist is really funny. Plus, all the characters, like the female characters, like range from like you have Arcia, who's like one of the. I mean, a lot of people have hate on Arcia for some reason, even though she's actually one of my favorite characters in the series. Like,
Oh,
so bit of a, I guess, a controversial opinion. Like, I mean, Arcia to me was.
why do people hate her?
I think people think she's too annoying or something, and I'm just like, no, she's like.
Oh boy,
And I'm just like, bruh, like she's like the sweet character. She's the sweet character.
dude!
Like,
I love those type of characters, the annoying airhead characters.
she's very wholesome. She's like a really wholesome character. Like compared to like Rias and Anko, like who are like the big booba characters. Like it's like Arcia is like the really sweet kind of relatively say-so most of the time character. So I'm like, to me she was just like the, I guess, just the slice of life element that kind of changes it up a little bit and just stops it being just Rias and Anko like booba moment all the time.
Bro, speaking of like the annoying characters, have you watched Demon Slayer?
Ooh, I need to watch that though. I have not watched it yet.
Oh yeah, there's this character that a lot of people hate because he's like he's like annoying and very energetic and also a simp, but I find him very funny, so he's my favorite because he's
Huh.
just annoying. And yeah. Also, you should watch Demon Slayer, bro. It's like really good. I love that anime.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the third. It's the third anime that I watched after Doctor Stone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, but High School DxD was like basically my gateway into more anime. And then I eventually watched an anime that's so underrated that I wish there was a season 2 for, but they have not made season 2 yet, instead making 2 OVAs instead. And
wait, what anime is that?
So this anime is called Trinity 7. It's also another harem kind of anime, but
wait, like reverse or just harem?
Just a regular harem anime. So
not into it.
I mean, I haven't really watched many reverse harem animes, but I think
understandable.
But yeah, so this one you have like 7 or 8 female characters, the one dude, and this dude's like self-aware of everything. Like he just knows that he's not your typical harem like character. Like he's
like the clueless dude.
He's not clueless. He knows his shit.
Yeah.
And he just takes advantage of that all the time. Like he's like, I know where this is going. So
Oh, what does he? Wait, I feel like I'd be interested in that.
like he's so like funny and I guess probably even cocky to an extent. So he's just like, all right, this moment here, like one of my favorite characters of the series is I think Levy is her name, and she's like a ninja character, and she has this really funny line when she sort of comes in as one of the new introduced characters after like the main female character. She comes in and goes, "Hey, I can show you like sexy ninja techniques," and the protagonist is like just going, "Oh yeah, let me hear about that." like like he's like, "I want to know," and like he just takes advantage of every moment and just like he's just like on ball and not like just some dumb protagonist. Like he's just
Oh,
like
I want to watch this anime.
it's so good. Like it's so underrated, and the
I'm
OVAs
not
are
even
even better.
I'm not even into like harem animes because mostly I think they're targeted for the male audiences, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's true.
I'm more into the reverse one where there are more husbandos and
Yeah,
well, obviously it's targeted for the female audience.
yeah,
So I would give this one a try because that sounds very funny. The way he's just very cocky and is very self-aware of the things going on,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. It's I love when like an anime like sort of branches out from like its typical kind of tropes that you normally expect. Like
Mm-hmm.
like Trinity 7 to me just does that really well because it's like even though yes, your typical harem anime, at least the male protagonist is aware of the fact that he's basically like in a situation where he's like I've got like 7 8 girls around me, like
The Chad MCs.
he's being the Chad MC, like he's like I'm taking advantage of that, and hey, if they're on board with it, hell yeah, let's go. like
Bro, I love the Chad MCs too.
it's so funny. Like
Have you watched this anime? I haven't watched this one, but you know this I've seen like clips of it on
hmm,
YouTube and it's like very funny. It's about this dude. He was getting bullied, but like uh he would survive it in
right,
a funny way. Like okay, the bullies would go to the bathroom stall and just throw water in the bathroom stall while he's there, and
hmm,
the door would just open of him holding an umbrella or something. It's
right.
just a comedy anime. I think it's called Sakamoto desu ka? I don't know if you watch it,
I
but yeah, it's a
don't think
very
I've heard of it, but
funny.
it
Yeah,
it
he
sounds
has a Chad
interesting.
MC.
It sounds
Yeah,
interesting. Like there's always some animes that like I've really wanted to get around to, but then I've just never had the chance. Like
yeah,
I've got a
the
giant
time.
list. I've got a giant list to go through.
Yeah, same here. I think recently I started like watching Love is War
Oh yeah,
too,
yeah.
and it's bro, I love it so much.
I do as
It
well. Like
made me scream
I love
every
that. I
time.
love that anime. Like I haven't finished the recent stuff, I don't think, but like when I started watching it, I was like, man, this is so good. Like
Yeah.
like the
I
characters are all
also love the romance.
relatable. Like the characters are relatable. The
Yeah.
like it's so interesting like seeing two characters that basically like each other just trying to out compete who's gonna confess first.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. It's so funny.
oh
I love
man,
how they overthink. Plus, the also every character there is likable. Also, the narrator too is also very funny there.
yeah, yeah. Who's your favorite character in the main cast?
Um, of course I like Chica because she's pink.
That's fair.
Wait, no, I like them all, but I think my favorite one is the emo dude. I forgot his name,
Ah, I haven't
but
seen him for a while in this. I can't remember his name because I haven't seen him for a while now. But
wait, really?
yeah, I like because I haven't like watched the series like for a while, so I forgot his name.
Yeah, don't
But
worry, I forgot his name too, but he's like my favorite because I like how people are threatened by him, but honestly, he's just very wholesome and
yeah,
yeah. I like characters like that they look threatening and intimidating, but in reality they're just a very wholesome and cute person, you know?
yeah. I think my favorite character in the series is Kaguya. So, yeah,
Ah, that's understandable. She
yeah,
has a sexy voice though.
yeah. Like she's got a good voice. Like, did you watch in sub or dub?
I watch him both. Like
Okay,
sometimes I would watch it in sub, sometimes I would watch it in dub.
I think I've only watched it in sub, I think. So yeah, like, but yeah, she's. I just like her character so much. Like, she's very tactical, like very like. I don't know. I just like her style. It's like
Yeah.
just. I'm just like, yeah, I can relate to her.
She's
Like,
awesome. Also, like the dude is also awesome. Every single I love every single character in that show.
oh, it's so good. Like, I need to get back to watching it, but I've just been so focused on Boruto. Like,
I see. I see.
and then for a while, like right before Fairy Tale finished its last season, like I binged watched the crap out of Fairy Tale and caught all the way up to the final season. And
I've
then
been wanting to watch Fairy Tale, but I have no time.
yeah, it's really
Sometimes.
good. It's really good. Like once you get like a chance to watch it, like it's awesome.
All
Like
right.
like I think like yeah, Natsu's like a really obviously like the main antagonist. He's a good character. Uh I think Lucy's good too. Like I mean a lot of people criticize Lucy as well for some reason, but I think everyone just likes to criticize like the the main female lead for some reason in a lot of animes. But
Yeah.
I mean, I liked Lucy's character though. Like she
Have
was
you
good.
watched Rent a Girlfriend?
I think I tried to watch a couple episodes, but
But
I couldn't. I don't know. I couldn't get into it for some reason.
because it's cringe, or you're just bored of it?
I don't know. I really don't know. It's like for some reason, like I tried watching it, but like the first couple episodes really didn't pull me into it. Like I
I
was
see. Understandable.
I was just like watching it and I'm trying to think, okay, why do people like this anime so much? What's like
Bro, okay. I watched it with a friend
hmm,
and it was good at first, but like, oh, we were dying of cringe because of how embarrassing the MC is. Like he makes the dumbest decisions ever.
right.
Like he's just so embarrassing. Like, man, just chill. Just
Hmm.
I don't know. He would imagine like sussy stuff with girls just because with
Oh.
a simple lift of skirts and stuff. It's
Oh
just
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just chill,
Uh,
bro.
yeah, I think maybe the one thing that like I guess like the whole idea of like the series being like a rental girlfriend kind of thing, like I think maybe that just threw me off. Like I don't know if it was just because I didn't feel like there was like real connection with the characters or something.
Mhm.
But yeah, I just really felt thrown off by it and I was like, okay, I'm passing this one. Like it
Yeah.
was the same like well similar with Tokyo Ghoul. Like I tried watching like the first few episodes because a friend wanted to introduce me to the series, and I got thrown off by basically the cannibalism in the series.
Oh, I see.
Like, I was like, oh man, these characters are so good, and the whole story idea is so good, but then just watching the characters like basically being cannibals, I was just like really weirded out by it. Like,
That's understandable.
so I was just like, yeah, this does not make me feel comfortable. So
Honestly, I tried watching Tokyo Ghoul, but after the first 3 episodes, I got bored of it, to be honest, and then I forgot all about it, and
yeah,
yeah, I stopped watching it. It's kind of like how you're not really into Rent a Girlfriend because you weren't
yeah,
feeling
didn't
it.
feel the anime. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, one anime I've been trying to get back into was there's this anime, I don't know the English name, I don't think, or maybe it's a translation. There's this anime that's about candy and stuff, and it's called Dagashi Kashi, I
Oh,
think. And I
uh-huh.
remember this anime used to get advertised a lot back in like 2018, 2019. And
Really?
yeah, it was like this whole idea of like this so this female character, I think she works for like a big sort of like candy company, and she tries to propose like some kind of business dealings with this like small like sort of mum and pop sort of candy store, and
Mm.
she ends up being friends with like the son to the owner of the store, and like she starts trying to like train him up on different candies and how and like tasting candies and all this sort of stuff. It seems like a really cool anime, and it gets even better over time, but for some reason I keep just switching off the anime and then forgetting to go back to it. Like
Oh, I get that.
like I think I had two occasions where I tried to get back into it. Like, first time was like 2019. I was like watched about 10 episodes, then just forgot to go back to it. Then like last year or the year before, I went back to it again and watched like another 3 or 4 episodes, and then just completely forgot again to go back to it.
This is me with Sword Art Online. I got bored of it after
Hmm.
like after the first season, and I started watching season 2, and I watched the episode, but I completely forgot about it because it's just so forgettable, and I got bored of watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't continue.
Yeah, let's
I mean, I
see.
like the idea of like a person playing a game and it got stuck in a game, like a
Yeah.
VR chat type of thing, and you gotta survive because if you die in the game, you die in real life. That sounds like a really cool concept, right?
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's a couple other animes I've really enjoyed.
Ah,
Data Live is one of my favorites because like I love Kurumi because Kurumi's my favorite character in that series. Like, she's just got a really cool sort of design, has like a shotgun and stuff, like just really cool. And then
oh.
I think what other animes have I watched over
Oh, I'll be right
time?
back.
Oh, good.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Whoops.
Now you're all good. Yeah, so yeah, there's definitely a few animes I've enjoyed over the years, and some I've like forgotten the names of now. But yeah, it's
Mhm.
I'm trying to think what other animes I'll try and watch next. Like after
Have you
because
watched Doctor Stone?
I've heard good things about Doctor Stone, so I'll have to get
It's
around to it.
pretty good.
I'll
I
have
swear it's
to
good.
yeah, I'll definitely have to get into it. I
I
would
love that anime.
It's
Hmm?
me just dying for Trinity 7 season 2. I want that season 2. Like I'm just dying for it. And
There's no season 2.
yeah, Trinity 7, they for some reason haven't made a season 2. I don't know if it's because maybe they're having trouble with like getting, I guess, approval to make season 2, maybe. I don't know, because Trinity 7 first came out, I think, in 2014, and
Oh, okay.
then they had an OVA in 2016 or 15, and then a second OVA came out, I think, a year or two ago, which
I wanna do like a Trinity 7 uh watch along in the Discord server so we can all watch it.
oh man, like that'll be throwback. That'll be a throwback to Trinity
Yeah.
7. Like you gotta include the two OVAs. The first one is kind of like basically happens right after the season, and then
Oh.
the second one happens, I think, a little bit later down the line. But yeah, it's interesting because I will say it is pretty lewd, but
Oh.
yeah, Trinity 7 is a bit lewd. uh
Oh.
so
I see.
there's some moments, but I would say it's nowhere near as bad as like high school DxD lewd or anything like that. Like
I see.
it's pretty toned down for the most part with its lewd stuff, but it's a good anime. It's
I
really good.
think I think I've I think that's the reason why I've never watched anime back then before COVID started,
Yeah.
because like it's so okay, the things on screen
Yeah.
like the breast shots and the skirts
Yeah.
and stuff, the panties and thingies. It's just so
Yeah.
I'm not really comfortable seeing them, to be honest. And the way, okay, they may some of the things that they do is like I watched this clip of an anime girl eating, and the sounds that she
Oh
makes,
yeah.
it makes me like, "Oh, just eat the nugget without
Yeah.
without having sounds." It's just so uncomfortable watching it.
Yeah. It's like I remember one time I was watching one of these animes, like these really sort of lewd, sort of ecchi animes, and it's
Mm.
like, you know, that sort of moment where it's like you're watching the anime and then suddenly like one of your parents just wants to walk in, and
Yeah, that was
oh man, like, and you gotta, and like, or you just hear them ready to open the door, and it's like you're just thinking, oh shit, I better switch the scene up, otherwise they'll think I'm watching something that I shouldn't be.
yeah, exactly. And then when
And
they saw it, you're gonna be like, "I can explain, mom. Promise. It's
I,
not. It's not something
it's not
that what
something
you're
sussy.
thinking." Yeah, 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 yeah,
And it's like, I was like, I remember one moment, like, I think I was like maybe 17 or 18, like, and I'm just like watching the anime, and then I suddenly hear the door opening, and I'm like, oh fuck, okay. Like, and then I pause it, and like, luckily it was at a moment where it wasn't showing anything, and I was just thinking, oh god, oh man, like, and I was just like, man, that would have been awkward. Like,
yeah.
it's like, then it's like just having moments where it's like you're just trying to watch something, and then suddenly, like, parents opening the door again, and it's like, oh god, oh no, like,
Yeah, it's just I don't know. The fan service is just too much
oh yeah,
sometimes.
the fan
Like
service
I,
in Trinity 7, I'd say, is for the most part pretty tame. Like sometimes it's like maybe a bit of shots here and there, but it's like very toned down. Like, at least according to my descriptions of anime, it's pretty toned down. So
I see.
like you'll have some moments that are a little ecchi-ish, but like they're more funny ecchi than like, oh, here's just a whole bunch of ecchi thrown at you. Like,
there's some ecchi like clip that in anime that made me cringe, even though some people like it. I'd be I don't know, it's making me cringe a little because it's just that he trips and then he suddenly grabs
yeah.
the yeah, and I'll be like, that doesn't happen.
It's
I mean,
like
it's
that.
anime, so
It's like that does not happen very much in real life, and then it's like, oh, here in anime,
yeah.
oh yeah, that happens all the time.
Yeah, he just trips and then grabs the girl's boobies.
Yeah, and
So
it's
I mean, overall, I enjoy watching anime so far.
oh, there was one clip I saw that was so weird. Like, I think it was some anime. I don't know where it's from, but basically it might have been like a super ecchi anime, and this guy is like walks into the room, and this actually is an unintentional moment from a girl's perspective, and so I guess it makes it quite different because normally it's like the guy getting into a situation, but it's actually the girl getting into a situation in this one. And it was so just like, okay, this is something. Like, the guy ends up getting tripped over by the girl, and the girl basically face plants into his pee-pee pretty much.
Oh no!
And then the door opens and everyone's like watching and like going,
oh my god!
and I'm just like, what? Like, how did this happen? Like how did that happen? Like, normally it's like the guy just like accidentally grabbing boober or something, and it's like,
Yeah,
nah.
now it's the opposite, but still, oh my god.
I was laughing. I was just laughing and going, what the fuck? How is this possible? How is like, and I was just thinking, well, at least it's not the guy doing something stupid this time.
Yeah, it's something new. Wow.
like
Wow, don't you just hate it when you trip and you suddenly face planted your into a guy's Yeah, happens all the time. Wow.
Yeah, definitely something that happens in real life all the time. And
Exactly.
it's like, whether intentional or not. But yeah, like, I was just like, okay, well, cool. But I mean, I'd love to see more animes that just try and do really funny situations, even if it's ecchi. I'd love to see something just funny that's different for,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
like, just, it's like, can we just stop having the constant accidental boober grab all the time? Like, like, it's cool.
Yeah,
It's cool
find
sometimes, but just give us something
it's
different.
overused.
Yeah,
It's just overused.
it's so overused. Like, why not have something completely different? Like, for instance, the girl tripping into the guy's pee-pee. I mean, that was something.
Yeah, exactly. Just instead of grabbing the boobas, just grab the never mind.
It's like, I think we could all see where that was going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like suddenly like, oh, right, well, like,
Something different.
yeah, it's like, what else could there be like in the world of anime? Anime is just either very predictable or it's unpredictable.
Yeah, we also have that predictable moment where the girl is changing and the guy just walks in
Oh
and
yeah,
gets called like a you pervert. Oh, you just walked in my room and I was changing. You pervert.
yeah. Like, why not have a moment where like the girl walks in on a guy or something?
Yo, we also have those moments where the girl walks in, the guy changing, and he still gets called a pervert.
Yeah, it's like what? Like I always like look at that and go, how? Like, it's like okay, so are we making a stereotype that the girl just blames the guy for everything all the time?
Exactly.
Like, it's like I mean, like, yeah, the guys do dumb shit a lot. Don't get me wrong, but like, but
Yeah, he's just changing, bro. That you don't have to call him a
it's like
pervert. You're
you
the one who walked
pervert. Like
in.
it's like, like it's like, and then it's like the guy gets slapped, and it's like, come on, okay, like yeah, I'm not expecting.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting like a scene where a girl like gets slapped by a guy or anything because the guy's getting changed. Like I don't think that would happen. But like why not just make the guy like really embarrassed or something? Like I don't know. Like make the guy like seem super embarrassed and the girl like kind of go like apologize or some shit and the guy
Yeah,
just
like a
be like
normal person, but of course it's anime, so they have to
yeah.
make it extreme.
Yeah, make it something extreme of like a sort of real life example or something. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, it's like it would just be funny though having a scene where the girl walks in on the guy changing and like and the guy could get super embarrassed. Like,
What if the guy, instead of the girl slapping the guy and calling him a pervert, it would be the other way around. But people would be hating on it, saying like, "Oh, this girl doesn't deserve the slap."
oh
But
yeah,
some people would say stuff like, "It's gender equality." It happens. Into it happens.
yeah, yeah. Like, I want to see it. Oh, I imagine this is what they would probably do. Instead of having the girl slap the guy, it would just be like the girl walks in on the guy changing, then the guy miraculously trips over and grabs the boober. That's and then it's gonna be like
Damn.
oh you pervert, like and then
Oh my
and
god.
it's just gonna be a repeat of like the same kind of tropes.
Yeah, the tropes, man. Also, like, you said you watch a lot of a harem.
Yeah, I
Do you
have.
watch a lot of yeah. So we always have that. Okay, it's either like the childhood friend, the sporty girl, what, and the other one is the ara ara girl, and the other one is the
Mm.
little sister, and of course we have the tsundere. It's always those five
Oh yeah.
girls.
Oh
Yeah, and we
yeah.
also have that quiet, shy girl that doesn't even speak. That also, they only make like noises, like
Yes. Yeah. Oh
yeah,
man.
it's a very common thing you'll
Hmm.
find in harems.
So true. Like,
But who would you normally pick when you watch the harems? Would you normally pick
ooh.
the ara ara women?
Hmm. It's a tough choice. Like, there's so many choices. So it's like you always like. I mean, I think that in I'd say that in high school DxD, I think Anko is like the Ara Ara sort of girl for the most part.
Oh,
And
all right.
then Anko is like that. Then I would say like what would Arcia be? Arcia is like not really a tsundere or anything like that. I mean, she's probably the shy one actually. She'd be the shy one. Like
Yeah.
she's the one that's just like there, but she does talk. So that
Mhm.
she's got that going for her. Uh Rias is like
The airhead annoying characters.
the annoying
I love them.
characters. Who would be annoying in High School DxD? I think people try and say Arcee is that, but she's not really. She's not the annoying one. She's more the shy one. So, I mean, sometimes the shy girl is the way to go, though. I will say,
okay.
Because they're kind of the one that's just probably the most normal, I guess, and and they're like the one that's kind of like you can open up to them and they can open up to you, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, it's so wholesome. And
A very wholesome experience. Like, or you have like Anko, who's just the full-on ara sort of girl, and it's like, hey yo, okay, she's ready to go to town.
Damn.
Like, like, I always am torn between the shy girl and the ara girl, I guess.
Okay, interesting. So, for me, when in reverse harems, so like I watched Diabolic Lovers, and I chose the the dude with the teddy bear, and he looks very cute. He's very sweet, but he wants to kill you. He's like, okay, I think I fell in love with him after this one scene where the MC and the teddy bear dude was just walking in a wax figure room. There were a lot of wax statues and stuff, and he mentioned something like, my teddy needs a friend. Would you like to be his friend? And the MC was like, sure, okay, I'll be his friend. And he's like, I should make you into a wax statue too. I would remove your eyeballs and stitch it open, put some glass on it. And
Damn.
I'm like, oh my god, dang.
Damn.
Okay.
Like, okay. It's like,
yeah,
wow.
He looks really cute saying it, so like it didn't really threaten me, to be honest.
I guess aside from like a shy girl or the, I guess, like, oh yeah, I do have a bit of a soft spot for yanderes.
Finally.
I mean,
I love yandere dudes.
Well, it's like I have an ASMR where I play as a yandere.
Oh, I forgot you do. Yeah.
But yeah, like yeah, I don't know. Like, I like the soft yandere. Like, I don't go for like the full like yandere that's like, I'm gonna kill everything all the time. Like, it's like, I like the soft yandere, the one that's probably more like the overprotective one. That like,
oh yeah, they're very cute too.
Yeah, like,
I like all types of yanderes except the ones that will kill you, because I would just run. Because no, yeah, I don't care if you love me, but if you're just going to kill me and just keep my corpse inside your basement, just no.
It's like, I mean, okay, what was the yandere sort of script that I did for ASMR? It was like a yandere Prince one. Like, it was so bizarre. Like,
dude!
Yeah.
Dude, okay. All right. So I think I mentioned this before, but yeah, I read like Wattpad stories back in the days before COVID started, and most of the time, most of the Wattpad stories that I would read is yandere Prince, yandere King.
Damn.
It's either the MC gets like kidnapped by the
Oh yeah. In this one, I think I end up like basically.
Oh my god.
I think it's like I end up like having like someone chained up or some shit. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Like, I gotta look back at that script though and see. I'm actually
Holy
okay.
crap with a chain.
Like there was some chained moments. Let me I'm gonna look at that script and read it again and see
Yeah. I
what.
think there were also chain moments in the Wattpad stories that I've read about Yandere print. I like to like
Oh,
read Yandere stuff in Wattpad.
oh yeah. Like oh man, this one was basically the listener in this one is like a thief, and me being the yandere prince, I guess. Like I,
Oh my god.
it's something. Let me. Okay. I'm gonna bloody find the script. Did I link it here? Oh yeah, I did. Okay.
I think one of my favorite moments in Yandere stories in Wattpad it was like the MC hates the prince because the prince or the king destroyed my family and now I'm living as a slave or for him or something and now but then the prince falls in love with the one who's maids, which is the MC, and he starts being nice to her, but she still hates her. But then she started liking her too, little by little, and it's just so. I don't
Damn,
know. I love it. I love it.
damn, like oh man, I forgot what this script was like. I can't believe I actually read
Oh
this.
my god. Is it still? Did you see the chain scene?
Oh man, like I'm trying to. Oh wait, okay. So there's a bunch of sound effects. Oh yeah, so basically someone brings in the thief to me, and then there's like. Oh yeah, there's there's some chain rattling noises in this, and
What?
and collars as well. Okay.
What colors? As in, like
Like
color?
yeah, yeah.
Wait,
There's a
wait, is it
collar.
in black and white?
Wait no, there's
Why didn't it had a color?
oh wait no, there's a no. Like there's a collar in this one. Like
Oh, a color!
yeah.
As in like the dog,
Yeah.
the dog thing. Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Oh
why.
damn, this was. I mean, this was not any sort of NSFW, but this was like, I'd say, it's quite the script. Like basically it's also got stuff kind of in there like yeah, being collared, like threatening.
Oh no!
Some magic stuff, and then yeah. I I don't even know.
Interesting.
I don't even know how I read this. Like I guess
You weren't weirded out when you read it.
no, I think I was actually just reading it and just going along and going, okay, I can make this work. And then
Oh, I see.
like I'd say I guess it makes me look like I'm really like a dom when I'm not.
Wait, so you're saying you're a bottom?
Not saying that either. Like
Oh,
I'd say probably a switchy switch. Probably.
oh, okay.
But
Well, I'm obviously the dom because I'm awesome at everything.
it's like we'll see about that. Nah, but it's like you'll just have to listen to my ASMR script and see.
Oh, I shall. For research purposes.
For the research purposes.
Yeah, it's
Like-
for science experiment.
Science experiment, or it's homework.
Yes.
It is your homework.
Imagine if I listened to it with you guys in NSFW VC in my
Damn.
server.
I'll
I
just
don't
be
think
I'll just be there going like, so have you read the script yet?
Oh God! Dude, everyone in the NSFW talk, especially let's say Fuki, I want to see their reactions, bro.
Damn. Oh, this will
I
be.
also want to do like yandere ASMR, but like I would totally cringe if I listened to myself because I don't have that ASMR voice, to be honest. I am not good with
Hmm.
ASMR and chill stuff because I don't think I have the soothing vibe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. At first thought I was not really good for like any sort of ASMR, and then I guess like I just happened to try and edited something, and then I was like, well, we'll see how this goes. This will be my little experiment. And then for some reason, everyone wanted to listen to a Yandere Prince, I guess. And
Do you
then,
listen to your own ASMRs though?
well, when I edit, I guess I kind of have to, I guess, like when I'm editing
Yeah,
it.
but
So
no. After uploading it, do you listen to it or nah?
uh, I tend to probably steer away from it. Like, I kind of go, okay, I don't really want to listen to my voice again. I just kind of want to see how people react to it.
Bro, I
And
can relate with my song covers. I don't
hmm,
after uploading it, I just don't listen to it. I don't watch my videos cuz I hate hearing my voice.
hmm.
Honestly, it's just so annoying. Like, shut up.
Yeah, I did
Stop singing.
another. I think one of my favorite ASMR videos, which I feel like is very underrated, is the best friend is a hungry demon one.
Wait,
And
what?
so I did this friends to lovers kind of hungry demon ASMR, and basically I was pretending to be like the nice sweet boyfriend, but then turns out to be a hungry demon. And
Wow.
and pretty much like I edited my voice in the audio when at the points where I had to actually put on a demon voice. So I sort of like put this kind of edit where I made like my voice like super deep in the edit.
Is it like monster kind of deep or is just like corpse husband or like
I guess it
what do you
would
call that?
be I guess it would be
Mm.
like kind of like a corpse husband sort of edit where like it sounds kind of deep like corpse husband, but it's got a lot of like reverb and like compression on it, so it's very
Oh,
demon voice like.
I see.
But
Oh,
it
right.
doesn't, I don't think it takes it too far though. It kind of like takes it to like a sweet level where it's like, okay, you can still understand the voice, but it's very distorted and very gritty. So
I see.
so it's not like a natural voice, but it's a vibe, I think.
All right.
So I enjoyed making that one, and then that one didn't get received as well as like the other ones, at least in terms of views and stuff. So it's pretty underrated.
Bro, do you cringe when you watch your own ASMR videos or do you just be like, ah, yeah,
Uh,
it's nothing?
I think there's a couple that I kind of would cringe at and go, okay, why did I do that? But then there's some where I go, I liked that. I liked making that. That was good. And I guess my opinions on what I think is good compared to the audience is probably completely different.
Oh, I see.
Like
I mean, there's. Hmm?
I don't mind the Yandere Prince video or the like the Falling Hard series where I was the bully in that. Even the best friend is a hungry
Yeah.
demon one, but some of the other ones, I mean, I haven't grown to like them as much, I guess.
Yeah,
So
I can understand that. I also have like videos of mine that I really like the what do you call that? Only two of them. I think it was the cries in pastry language and the summertime cover. That's all. I think that's the only those are the only covers that I would listen to because yeah.
I'm trying to
But the other
think.
covers, nah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What video of yours did I really like a lot? um. Oh, I think the only video I've really seen of yours was the Hamconians video.
Oh my god, that one I really enjoyed making that.
Like, I laughed so hard at that one. I was just like,
I'm glad you find it funny.
yeah, because I think I remember seeing, I don't know if it was in someone's stream, like, might have been one of one of our like friends' streams, and I was like, oh wait, what's this video? And then I was like, oh, that's kind of funny.
Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, I decided it happened on his stream, and I decided to make an animatic of it because I really missed making animatics. I used to do that too, like make animatics of songs, and I really
Right.
miss doing it. And now I'm trying to get back to animating too. It's just that the amount of time that I have plus the motivation to do it sometimes is just
Yeah.
yeah, makes me not want to do it.
Wait, you did a metal cover on it?
I didn't do a metal scream there, but I sang it with the metal instrumental because I'm not really used to
Yeah,
listening
yeah.
to the song with the original,
Yeah.
like the metal version of it.
Yeah, like, I find there's a lot of songs I really want to try and cover eventually. Like, I just don't think I have the singing voice for it. But
Oh,
like, I would love to do some Linkin Park covers.
dude, you should do it. Do you know how to do the metal scream?
Um I mean, I've probably tried at some points, but I don't think I could do it, but
Oh, see, I see, I see.
yeah, it's like, I think I'm more like doing the rap sort of stuff because I like to write my own rap lyrics. So
Oh, really? Have you wrote
yeah.
your own original rap song before?
So I haven't, well, I mean, technically, yeah. So I've gotten beats, just kind of like free to use beats and then rapped over them, but I wouldn't count that as fully original, I guess. But I did do I guess I made my own lyrics and made a bit of a crossover with Max. So we did, like, he did some sort of sound sort of mixing and editing for me, then some lyrics of his own, and we basically rapped over a beat, put that out, and then I recently did another sort of rap over a beat, and I titled it Moving On. And I tried to
Dude, I should hear this.
I tried to do a bit of fast-ish rap, I guess, in that one,
Uh-huh.
but it's hard to do fast rap. Like, you've got to.
I agree, man.
It's like, so I wouldn't try and attempt to cover any sort of Eminem fast rap. I think I would just do bad. But the types of songs I would like to make, I guess, would be something very Linkin Park-esque, where I could do like some rap and then switch up to some singing. And I would love to do screaming, but anything in the vein of like Linkin Park, I'd be probably a good fit for.
Hell yeah.
So
Looking forward to when you actually cover some songs of Linkin Park.
yeah, I might try and find someone to do the singing vocals, and I could do the rap vocals, I guess.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then And then someone could try and scream, I guess.
I cannot do a metal scream, so you can't really hire me to do it.
True, but
Rap.
I wonder if you'd be able to do like rap sort of stuff or not.
Oh, the rap. I can rap. It's just that the thing is, my voice isn't really that. It doesn't fit the rapping. I tried rapping once and it sounded terrible. I Do you
Hmm.
know the song of Maury Calliope,
Oh yeah,
the end of life? Yeah, I tried doing that
yeah.
with a friend. And
Ah.
originally I was just going to do the singing parts, but now I wanted to do the rap too. So I tried rapping it and I'm like, ugh,
Hmm.
disgusting. That sounds disgusting.
Nah, bring me in for the rap.
Yeah, yeah, yo, you can rap it and I'll just do the singing parts.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind, man.
yeah, that would be good. Like,
A song collab? Hell
hey
yeah.
yo, let's go.
I'd be down to do it.
I'm trying to think, what Linkin Park song would you be good for singing vocals? Like, there's probably a few you could be good for.
Oh, I see.
It's like, I'll have to find something and I'll listen to it and I'll go, I can imagine Cake's voice on this.
Hell yeah.
And then I'll send you the song and I'll see what you think.
I wonder who's going to mix it though.
Let's. I mean, could get Max. I could get Max to come in for the mixing
Oh, okay.
because
Or
Max
I
is good
can
with
just
that.
mix it if you want.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I mean, if you're good for mixing, then could try.
I wouldn't say that I'm not really a pro at mixing. I just do whatever until it sounds good to my
Yeah,
ears, I guess.
true.
So, yeah, I'm not really a pro. I
Hmm.
don't even know what I'm doing most of the time, but at least the song covers that I release are pretty decent, I guess.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Um. Looks like we're getting. Wow, we're already almost at the 3 hours 40 mark. Wow, that's
Oh,
crazy.
wait, really? I thought it's just 1 hour.
Yeah, it's damn.
I'm
That's
having too
crazy.
much fun.
Yeah, this is what happens with like these podcasts. It's like we all get into like the chatting and it's so good, and then you go, man, I'd love to keep chatting for so long, but then the VOD would be massive. Like,
Wait, really? Oh.
yeah, it's like once you get to like 3 or 4 hours, like trying to edit the VODs like for upload or trying to put it on Spotify, it's like it's crazy.
Oh my god.
But
Oh, so like it only lasts for like 3 or
uh
2 hours,
most of the podcasts have
right?
usually been somewhere around 2 to 3 hours, so we're pretty much on the money for time. So yeah, but I think what we could do is like I'd love to bring you back for like a part two and discuss more things at some point.
Oh, wait, really? Yay! I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll have to like one there's a concept I want to work on, and that's the idea of doing a Team Caller podcast episode where I bring back two guests from the past but together.
Oh, hell yeah, that would be fun.
And then
And
you
I
kind of
just
have me in the
yeah,
middle, kind of like, I guess, kind of being the mediator, I guess, in this kind of thing.
hell
But
yeah.
yeah, so at some point in the future, when I eventually get around to doing like an episode where I bring two people back together as a concept, then
Mhm.
you'll probably be one of the first people I would try and bring back. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, so and then we
I'm
can see who
honored.
to match you with in bring back together in an episode.
Yeah.
So
I don't really mind if you match me with anyone because I think as long as they're comfortable
yeah,
to do it, I'll be okay with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just love talking to people. I
Oh,
think it let's just say that whenever I try to do something alone, like I think yeah, I mentioned it before. Okay, this one was when I try to do my when I draw, I
yeah.
prefer to draw with friends instead of just me doing it
Yeah.
myself because I think it's fun. Even if I'm just in the VC listening, I don't have to say
True.
anything. I don't know, the company of someone is just very comforting to me.
Yeah, it's just good vibes.
Yeah, good vibes. It's just very chill vibes.
Like chill vibes, doesn't feel like you're just on your own. It feels like you're actually in a group with people. Like,
Yeah, it's fun.
yeah. But I think we will have to probably end the podcast here. Uh, as much as we probably both want to just keep chatting forever, like we can continue chatting off the stream and stuff.
Oh yeah,
So
we should. If you're still not sleepy though,
no,
I don't
I'm
mind.
going good so far.
Oh hell
So
yeah, we could still chat after this.
yeah. So either way, guys, we'll end here. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Team Cola podcast. And as usual, the podcast will eventually be uploaded onto YouTube and to Spotify. And I think it also ends up being pushed out to other sort of platforms like for podcasts and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And thank you again to Cake for coming in to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. This
Like,
is so much fun.
yeah, it was a good experience. So, yeah, I'd be definitely down to do some kind of part 2 in the future so we can learn even more about Cake and we could probably both, I guess, learn more about each other in some aspects. So, yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys have enjoyed tonight, and we will see you all in another one.